And with HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your front door. Count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh's lineup of meals like steak and potatoes with béarnaise sauce, Southwest pork and bean burritos, falafel power bowls. I don't even know what a falafel is, but you know it's got to be fresh. It's coming from HelloFresh. Come on. And look at this chicken. My God. Looks so succulent and juicy. I definitely got to get a piece of that. And you want some too. So go ahead and try HelloFresh. Just click on the link below for a special limited time discount plus free shipping. So try it today.
Welcome to the GRG podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their
I got my I got everything hooked up to the I got everything hooked up to the not everything, to the Stream Deck, and I just hit a button so I don't have the fat finger stuff, and it works. Ladies and gentlemen, the Stream Deck works. And as you see, I got the green sparkles in the back. I got the red for the Nintendo Switch in the back. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there will be no blue because we don't represent that over here. Anyway,
oh wow,
let's get over here.
I'll represent the blue with my icon.
That I see that. As Ham Solo gets finished wiping, if people want to know why we were late, Ham Solo had to finish wiping and slicing and dicing buttocks. So we had to make sure that he was ready to go.
Butt.
So
Wet butt.
Mud butt.
Anyway,
I ate one too many ribs.
Oh. Let me just get one rib. Just one rib. Anyway, what's going on with you, everybody? The GRG podcast is live. I hope everybody can hear me. I hope everything is good. Sir X Man, we'll miss you, brother. Man, you know what I'm saying? Just don't get yourself into any more situations. You know what I'm saying? But we wish you well. I know that you're going to try to be the Mogwai and try to make a call. And if you do, I'm going to block you because you're going to mess up my camera. And tonight, I'm hoping there's no camera issues, ladies and gentlemen. There should be no camera issues. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But we love you, Sir X Man.
Share my screen.
If you share your screen, I'm about to find me another light-skinned brother. Anyway, let's get on to it, man. We're going to get messy. I think we're going to get a little spicy. I don't know. I don't know about the fellas tonight. But for me, I'm in that mood. Got a little this good stuff. I'm ready. I've been wanting to talk. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking a lot as it is. I've been walking around just talking and just chatting on Twitter, everything else. You know what I'm saying? The move is complete. Now, I still have more things that I want to put up in the room. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? The move is complete. And so we're here. We're back. Thank you guys. Go ahead and share this out. Let people know that we're live, that the GRG is back. The Friday Night Hype is alive and well. And man, let's get to it, man. Ham Solo, what's going on with you, brother? Like, I mean, you can flip it all you want to. You can turn it off, turn it on. You can move us around. We can play musical chairs, but we're still in the same spot. It's just when somebody pops in unexpected that just want to make issues. And I don't understand that. Why would anybody be so evil to you guys? You know, they want to see us,
Sir X,
and they want to hear us, and they want to see the gameplay, right?
So he's talking about Loke because he's the messiest person in the world. In Texas.
Loke is pretty messy.
He's pretty low. He is.
See, that's why I coined the name for him when I first met him. I was like, you should be called that first L stands for Low Road. Low Road Loke.
Wow.
Road Loke, because he always taking the low road. But anyways, as for myself, I've been fantastic, bro. I 100% of the game that I see on screen right now. That game was pretty fantastic for it only being a few hours long. That being Ravenlock. Yes. I really enjoyed that game. Like, I need more games like this where it's combat but relaxing. Like that's exactly what that game was. It's like I didn't feel like it drug on too long. Like, I just need more like this. Like, this was a good showcase of just simple fun and not trying to go too far outside or trying to waste my time with a bunch of random silly things. It respects the hell out of your time, almost a little too much. It's almost a little too quick. But but it's a really pretty game. The graphics,
how long is it?
It really, like, if you're trying to speed through it, it's like 2 hours. If you're just relaxing, 3 or 4. Yeah, really. I know that I'm close to the end because I got all the hearts and ready to go to the main castle and fight the main boss. So
Yeah, I'm having a blast playing it. And this is crazy for me is because Redfall was not on my radar. Like Redfall was, shout out to you, bot, but the hell with you, Xbot, because you asked me to jump on this game to play Redfall, and you only played it once with me. Once. And I've been I've got over 20 hours into Redfall already. I don't even understand it. Never ask me to play a game with you again unless I know that you're gonna come back. I'm gonna have to screen you, sucker. Anyway, but I have been enjoying the hell out of Redfall, regardless of ratings and all that. And I've been playing this. I really do enjoy it. I'm probably gonna go back and get to the end of it, finish it, knock it out, and then.
This is my time, K-Mega. You talking on my time right now?
I thought you was done. Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I
wasn't.
Bro.
You just started talking.
Okay, go ahead.
You just started talking.
I'm sorry.
But anyways, yeah, I was actually just about to say I finished Redfall, completed that game.
Oh,
the game that 14 million players played. And yeah, something like that. And also, they say only about 1% of the 14 million players beat the game. But I mean that's not a great percentage, right? But if you think about how many people that really is, a lot of people that were willing to finish the game for it being a 53 or 54 or 55 or 56 Metacritic. I'm just saying.
I thought it was like 60.
It dropped down. It dropped way down. Yeah.
Did it?
Even lower. It sunk even lower. I'm not here to say, it should be way higher than that because it deserves the smoke that it got.
It doesn't deserve to be a 50. I'd say it should be a 68 to 72.
Nah, not a 70. You
wouldn't give it a 72?
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, so you give it a 60. Well, okay, 6 out of 10. Or anywhere between 6 to 7. Yeah.
So I gave it a 6 out of 10, and that's completely on where the game is right now, how it runs, how it runs on PC as well. Because I tried, because you remember K-Mega, when we were talking about Redfall, I was like, yo, if it's 30 FPS on Xbox, I'm just going to play it on my PC.
Right.
I got 3080 on my PC. And, this game should easily be able to run max settings on my PC, which it does. It runs max settings on my PC. But it has but it has like a serious VRAM issue. And also like it just stutters and like it's just so inconsistent. Like you can actually it is kind of consistent because you can almost pinpoint when it's going to drop. So you kind of know when it's going to drop, but the thing is it drops and it does it a lot. It definitely helps having a 40 series card for a game like this.
It does.
But for any of the 30 series cards, it just, I mean, even the 40 series cards, it doesn't make it happy. But it can push through compared to what the 30 series cards can do. And the 30 series cards aren't even old. So it's just like it's a bit frustrating, but I've also been playing Jedi Survivor as well. And hey, if I'm gonna give the smoke to Redfall, then Jedi Survivor deserves it too, because goodness gracious, that game, it's fun, it's easy to look over because of how fun it is.
Yes,
but if you're not capping, you're being real, and you play the game, you notice a lot of screen tearing, a lot of frame dropping. Takes nothing away from how fun, or actually it does take away from how fun the game is, but it doesn't take away from the abilities that they gave you in the game and the potential that it possibly has, right? The game deserved to be rated where it was for that game as well. To me, it deserved all the smoke that it got. It ended up, mid 80s, lower 80s.
It was 90s when I first seen it. Yeah,
when it first came out, it was shock and awe. But then the real people came out and said, "This is broken."
Yeah,
and it dropped like it should have. Fantastic game. If it came out polished, I'd say it's a 91, maybe a 92. But seeing where it plays right now, and it's not even just about the frame rate in that game or the tears. I'm going up against bosses that are broken, that are completely broken. There was one boss that I beat, and then I beat the boss, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a break or I'm gonna go to bed, right? So I save, right? You do the meditation thing, right?
Yeah, right.
And then I turned back on the game the next day, and the boss is right there. And I'm like, wait a second, I beat this boss. But the door was open as well. So it acknowledged I beat the boss and I could continue forward. But I was just like, hell, I mean, the boss is here. I'm going to give it the smoke real quick. It's a nice way for me to, comfortably get my way into the game and, know when I actually head to the next area that I actually need to complete, because this area is already completed. I'll be all warmed up and ready, and I'll just be smoking everything, right? So I was like, all right, this boss is right here. It's almost like going versus a training thing. I'm going to go versus it real quick, get the quick XP, because you want them skill points to keep leveling up that character, and I'm going to dip out. I knocked that boss all the way out to where it had 0 health 3 different times because I ended up dying. And I was like, what's going on here? So the third time, I played it like a Souls game. The third time, I was like, I'm not gonna get hit by you. I know your moves. I'm not getting hit by you. I whooped him completely health gone. I still had 5 heals. I still had 5 of those, BD things, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I noticed it was never giving me the kill, like the circle, the red circle with the dot on it that it gives you to tell you that this is the finishing moment.
Yeah.
To knock him down. Never got any of that. And I was still beating him with his shield completely down, and there was no life to lose left. And I was like, hold on a second. I was like, this is broken. So then I just ended up leaving the area. I go onto Facebook the very next day, and my buddy Vinny, Uso Vinny, shout out to him. Good brother, good Hawaiian brother from Talk Story Podcast. Really good dude. He already beat this game, by the way. But like Ranrock or Ranrock or whatever that first kind of crazy boss is that you end up kind of fighting. That's like a big monster like boss.
I haven't got to the first boss.
Rancor. I just didn't
get to the first boss. Oh my gosh, man! Are you a Star Wars fan? I'm gonna slap you silly if you're a Star Wars.
I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm not. I'm not. I got my name Ham Solo from my cousin because I wouldn't stop playing Battlefront.
All right.
Okay.
I played it for like 18 hours straight. Not even kidding. But dude, it was phenomenal. You remember those days, K Mega, with the original Xbox with Battlefront 2. That was ordering pizza and only getting up when you needed to shit or piss.
That's it. And when you pissed, you didn't go. You pissed outside, came back in immediately.
I did this. I did even more for Borderlands 2. I did a whole. I played for 20 hours straight. You get the weekend off, and you're like, hell, I ain't got to work. Saturday, Sunday, or whatever. I sat there and wore those games out.
Yes.
I noticed him playing Rancor or whatever his name is. I'm sorry if I'm chopping it up. I noticed him playing him, but he was playing him in the middle of the map, which is not where he's supposed to spawn. He was just running down the map, and there he is. Just pops up out of nowhere, just pops up out of the ground like, hey, I'm alive again. And it's like, wait a second, he's dead. How did he show up again? So, like, all I'm saying is, like, yo, these games is broken nowadays, bro. It don't matter if it's
broken games.
It doesn't matter if it's a game that's missing pieces like Redfall or a game that seems to be completely finished, but performancely and bug wise, it is not, like Jedi Survivor. And I mean, shout out to the devs for making a fantastic game. Jedi Survivor that it is.
Right.
But it just stinks when you kind of run out of time, when you know, when you yourself probably know there's some issues with the game, but you know, time's up. Got to deliver it.
Gotta deliver. That's it right there. All right. Okay. That was the longest intro in history, but that is okay.
You know, you need to hear it. Y'all needed to hear it out there.
I mean, we do talk over him a lot, so I mean.
So yeah, he needed to get his popping. So it is no problem. So all right, let's go on and move on. Hey, this man was missing last a couple of weeks ago when we had our GRG, and he is back. He is in a secret location in a bunker, and so he might be the venomous one, or we don't know. But I mean, only thing I see is a red shirt. I don't know what it says. I don't know what it does. I don't know what he's doing. But we have to introduce this man.
He's a Nintendo.
Right. This is probably what he's been doing the whole time, is being a representative for Nintendo. But the man works for, a representative for Xbox, but he is a representative for Nintendo. He is an employee for Nintendo, but represent Xbox. I think that we have found out his secret. Anyway, Viper, what's going on with you, brother? What's going on? What's happening? How you been? It's been a minute. Glad to see your face, brother.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked at what I'm hearing. I work for Nintendo? What? Come on. Like I'm going to be one of them Nintendrones. Those crazy, I don't know, peasants that settle for 20 FPS, sometimes 15, for some 580p games that's worth $70. Come on now. Please.
Come on, man. Stop that. Hold on. Before you get started, though, I do need to read this before I forget about it. Sir X-Man in the chat, appreciate, he says, K-Mega, stop the cap. I miss you guys. Let's go. I don't know what I capped about. I said your old ass was back to work. What else did I say that was wrong? What? I don't even understand. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wish you well. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Take your old ass home. Just don't come back here. Anyway, go ahead, Viper.
No, he's just mad because he ain't gonna get that settlement. That $1 million settlement.
Bro, I was ready. I was ready to go kick it with him to in the Philippines, because he was talking about finding him a Filipino woman. That's what he wanted. Anyway, go ahead, Viper. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Shout out to Sex Man.
In terms of what I've been doing, it's just work, constant work. Yeah, just busy. I did get a chance to play Redfall. I'm kind of indifferent. I tried it. The first time I tried it was on the cloud, which was a bad idea.
Oh yeah,
then,
I could.
I heard people saying it's running smoothly on the cloud, and I was like, "Cut the cap."
Bro, I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't advise it. Now they got a patch. I don't know, but at launch, I wouldn't try it. But continue. Bro.
Oh God, no, no. Actually, I've been spending most of my time in Ghostwire Tokyo, and oh my God, that game.
Good game.
Who told you that game was hot? Who told you that game was hot?
That game's also busted on Xbox, though. Let's keep it real.
I played it on PC, so.
Well, here's the thing. I did play it on my S, because right now I got some of my stuff in storage, but I'm playing it on the S. Everything's running fine. I actually played Ghostwire Tokyo through the cloud on my phone. Oh my God, it's still a good experience.
Viper, did you say you played on the S?
Yeah, I played on the S, and I played it through the cloud on my phone.
Time out. You know what's crazy about what you just said? Games have been running better on the S.
I've been hearing that
lately, which is insane.
third or fourth person that I heard that saying that the games ran better on the S. Matter of fact, Star Wars Survivor.
Star Wars, Star Wars and Redfall, both of them.
And Redfall. And there was another game. I cannot remember what that other game was. What somebody told me, they said, man, I played it on the S. It runs 10 times better. So that's where I'm getting my experience. And now you're telling me about Ghostwire Tokyo. That is impressive.
Yeah. So the reason why it's running better, and I don't want to say it in a bad way, but I'm thinking that the developers are now saying, okay, we're going to develop for the lead platform, which is PlayStation. Then what we're going to do is we're going to optimize for the next console that has more people on it. So they're going to optimize for Series S first. And then they're going to optimize for Series X, because not many people have the X. More people have the S. And so who's their base now? Their base is now for the Xbox, it's going to be the S. It's not going to be the X. Even though that they get all that power in the X, they're still not optimizing for the X. They're optimizing for the S, but even though they're saying the S is holding back the generation, which is beyond me. I don't know how, but that's what I think it is. I think they're optimizing for the S more, and then the X is just being left out there with all the power, and it's not being used. So, but other than that, no, just been busy. And yeah, I'm a little bit sick this week because, man, there's a bug going around. Started off in my throat, went for a headache, and then some green stuff that I'm spewing forth.
Yeah.
All right,
you're done.
Your intro is now suspended. It's on. It's YouTube.
Hey,
You about to get muted.
Suspended. Yeah, it's not blocked, but it's suspended. Yeah.
Not only is he sick, he's trying to make me sick.
Right. No. And last but not least, we should have let this ragamuffin go first, but I guess
You sound like Papa Doc. Man, let that bitch go first.
Let this motherfucker go first. Anyway, so what's going on with you, Dark? Man, my main man, I I'm saying I'm so happy about you getting back into the YouTube or just into the content creation. And you're streaming, you're doing what you love, you're proving that PlayStation Pro gamers game. I mean, I thought it was a myth, but I guess you are the Loch Ness. So I got to give you props. But anyway, what's going on with you, brother? How you been?
Goddamn
Good.
Loch Ness monster.
Good, man. Beat Jedi Survivor this week.
Okay.
Finished it.
Thoughts?
It's good. It's a good game. Definitely worth a playthrough. Definitely, like Ham said, there was some issues. There's some screen tearing and things like that, but did it dampen my experience with the game? No. Because the game was actually good, unlike Redfall.
Deserved. Slightly deserved.
But yeah, I think
Redfall's fun though.
I heard it's fun. I mean, I played it.
Yeah,
I played it, but I didn't.
Take those jabs.
I didn't.
I
didn't
can see
like
why
it.
somebody'd be turned off, but I love co-op games, so I'm not going to miss it.
Right. No, I can definitely understand why people would be turned off by it. No doubt. Go ahead.
But yeah, I thought Jedi Survivor was really good. I thought that they did a really good job. I think Respawn is probably one of the better developers at EA, so they did a good job. They definitely have some tweaking to do for the next game that they do. They can't. I don't think they can really possibly come out with another game that's not. I wouldn't say broken, because it wasn't necessarily completely broken, but having its issues that it did, they definitely can't do that again. But then I also picked up, of course, The Legend of Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom. Oh man, if I said Breath of the Wild, oh man, there'd be people out there. You said it's the wrong game.
Gotta watch what you say, man.
I know, man. It's ridiculous. But we're gonna get into that one.
Yeah,
but other than that, I haven't really been playing much outside of those 2 games. I mean, I of course, I'm doing my live stream stuff. We're still pretty not we're still pretty much in the beginning of no, actually, I think we're more towards the middle of Jedi Survivor on the stream. So we're getting there. I'm not really like going through side quests or anything like that but it's been fun for sure.
Excellent. All right, before we actually get started, hopefully Yobi, you are counting down and saying, look, y'all are too long on y'all intros. But it is what it is. It's GRG. We do what the hell we want to do.
Man, fuck Yobi. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Hey, man, you ain't gonna talk about my brother like that, man. I'm gonna put these.
No, shout out to Yobi. Shout out to you.
This gonna be our only brother. I'm gonna have to get him. You know, just suck it here. No, look, stop that. Hey, yo, shout out to my brother Yobi, man. All right, so this is something that I have never done, but I need to have done it. I should have done it a long time ago. My bad. But I've never until today ever shouted out the people who has been supporting me forever, and that is members of the it's not a lot, but it's still I gotta shout them out. You know what I'm saying? So let me do that. You know what I'm saying? Child of God, Thomas, man, really do appreciate it, man. Been with me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Viper, I really do appreciate it, brother. You know what I'm saying? You on the podcast now. Don't have to, you ain't gotta buy my affection or my love anymore, brother. But you know what I'm saying? I will appreciate it. Thank you. Go get that Hello Fresh. The blue. You know what I'm saying? the blue. You know what I'm saying? My main man, the blue. You know what I'm saying? Really do appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? The blue. We game every once in a while, and then when we do get to some gaming, it is all about we go in, you know what I'm saying? So the blue, man, really do appreciate it. East Texas Alex, man, definitely appreciate you, man, being a member of this not only this podcast but this channel. Really do appreciate that. And of course, man, 44 months, man, the GOAT, the blue, and I would say I would even go to Thomas as well, but Thomas fell off. Thomas must have fell in favor and lost faith to K Mega, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's at 8 months, but he was there from the very beginning. He's one of the people that was one of my first subs from the get. But the blue and Sleepy, but the GOAT, Sleepy Goblin, 44 months, bro. That's nuts, bro. That is nuts. I mean,
that is crazy. Bro, that's mad crazy.
You subscribe to me like Netflix, brother. I appreciate that shit. That's great. And Casket Repair, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, 24 months. And then the Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell, 29 months, man. I mean, longevity, that shit is crazy. So if you do want to be a member, I do appreciate it, man. Most of everything that I get goes right back into this channel. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than others because I'm a one-man show, other than these suckers that I have on the podcast to help me out, to make me look the best that I can. But yeah, no, man, I can't say a country boy like me, man, for y'all people that's showing support like that, man. Yeah, thank you. God bless y'all, man. No doubt. Mm-hmm. And I will be doing that a lot. Oh shit! Look at that boy. That boy Venomous 5%. He's gonna be a sponsor. Shit, man. Listen. I will give you your money back in nickels and dimes, brother. I got you.
I mean, at least you'll give him some money, unlike Bob.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Nasty. Child of God, brother, donated. Thank you so much, brother. He said, well, did you even say anything in Super Chat? Let me go ahead and see that. Oh, there you go, right there. He said, I'm so fresh and clean. Listen to that, man. Listen. Now, you do look like the black spick and span, but do not go further than that. Do not do that.
Let him know.
And Child of God, my brother,
I'll be your
my
hype, man. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you. He says, no problem, bro. He said, I told you I will always support, and you have been, man. You know what I'm saying? We sit there every once in a while, talk about our families, talk about other stuff, on Facebook and shit like that, man. A man I trust dearly and respect, honor, you know what I'm saying? Not because of that. And same with Sleepy Goblin, man. Damn. That's why when he was like, that's my song, I'm like, oh, bro, I'm going to make sure that's going to keep being your song when I go back and I'll bring it to you every once in a while. I'll pay that money to go ahead and let
Sleepy Goblin's a damn soldier, God
bro,
damn.
He's a real one, bro. Sleepy is a real one. But everybody's a real one, man, that support. And just come and watch the show for the countless years that we've been doing GRG, man. It's tripping me out that we're getting close to 300 episodes. It should have been well over 300 episodes if I don't take breaks like I normally do, but hell with it. I do things differently. I'm just like, I forgot who told me that, but they said, GRG is more like, I think it was Try Hard Fan. He said, it's more like underground radio. So I'm like, I'll take that. I'll take that, baby. I'll take that. So we keep it moving. So anyway, let's get and talk about the very first topic. Let's go ahead and talk about Zelda. Get that monster out the way because, I remember when I was on BGST, when I was on the multiplayer, when I was doing all that stuff over there with those fellas over there. I remember the host would come out and dog walk Nintendo. Nintendo's this, Nintendo's that, and I would say, look, man, don't sleep on Nintendo. Now, I mean, Nintendo, the Wii U is absolute abomination, but they still came out with good games. It just didn't hit. And don't forget what they did with the Wii U. Nintendo got long money, and Nintendo just finds a way. Of course, I just with a lot of other things that I said back then. I got laughed at. Put through the blender. But now we fast forward to now. And there was a correction that I needed to make from what I said, Doc Optimus, on next podcast about the NES or the Wii being the number one selling Nintendo platform. It's the Switch now. Console wise, it's the Switch, but the overall number one selling Nintendo entity or whatever, or item, or it's the Game Boy DS. 154 million. It is 1 million less than the PlayStation 2. That's incredible. And the Switch as the console is the number one selling Nintendo hardware of all time right now. And I don't see it slowing down. Now, the sales is down 30%, but if they drop the price here coming up here on Black Friday, man, they could sell another 10, 15 million in no problem. So let me go to you, Dark, because I know that you've been playing the game at Zelda, and I know that Zelda is got the highest ratings and all that, and I know that I'm going to have to throw my shade here a little bit later once we talk about Zelda. But as a person who's played the game, how phenomenal is it? Is it warranted for the 97 Metacritic and OpenCritic and all of that? Is it that good for a game that is on 2015 hardware?
Yes, it's definitely that good. If you loved Breath of the Wild, you're gonna love this. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you didn't like Breath of the Wild, you might still find some things to like about it, though. There are a few things in the game where it's like, oh wow, that's really cool that they added that, or oh wow, that's really cool that they the abilities, and stuff. It's definitely definitely warranted with the Metacritic score, in my opinion. They definitely, it definitely feels like they pulled out all the stops for the game, and it's fantastic, man. Like, I absolutely am loving it. I'm probably about like maybe 2-3 hours into it. they throw you right in, dude. They throw you right into the story stuff, like right away. Like, you know how like in Breath of the Wild they kind of, you know, let you kind of more explore the world a little bit more.
Yeah, a lot slower.
This game throws you right into like story stuff, and throws you right into to the action and stuff, and it's definitely um worth the price of admission. I mean, I know $70. I don't like it. I don't think, you know, $70 is the best way to get to make money, you know, off of a game. Um, but these developers, you know, think so. So, um, yeah, they just I feel like it's definitely a, you know, I don't want to give anything away or anything like that, because that would really definitely, you know, make some people mad. But there's like the moment in the beginning where you're just like, wow, you know, like there's those moments, like even just being in the beginning, and then you get to actual Hyrule. Like the beginning, you're like in one of the sky plateaus, and then you go into Hyrule after that. But that part, like I heard somebody beat the game in like 94 minutes. I'm like, I don't even know how, dude. I don't even know how.
And would you want to invest
and that's the thing, right?
$70?
Would you even want
like,
to?
Right.
Me
no.
personally, no. I don't want to spend $70 and beat a game in like, shoot, dude, I don't even want to spend $70 and beat a game in 10 hours, you know. Like
No,
I feel like
no.
that's ridiculous, you know. If you're going to charge $70, at least make the game 20 hours or more, you know, like at least that, you know. That's at the very least. But I think, you know, the way that Zelda Breath of the Wild played out, you know, this game's definitely going to, you know, take some time to, you know, really explore everything, and get everything that you want out of the game. um yeah, it's just it's a lot of fun, man. The abilities that they throw at you in the game, like you get them right in the beginning. I mean, there's no like, oh, I gotta go here. Well, you there is a, I gotta go here and go there, but it's all on one little plateau, and it's mapped out. So like you don't have to like, oh, where is this? Like in Breath of the Wild, where you had to be like, well, where is this? You know, I have to like put my, you know, put the camera on and try to scope it out and stuff like that. It's not like that in the beginning of the game. Later on, yes, you can do all that stuff, you know, of course, you know, because you want to find shrines, you want to find, you know, dungeons and stuff like that. um I think the another thing that they added to the game is they added caves to it. So like there's like
A lot
little
of
mini,
exploration.
like little mini caves that you can go into and explore and see what, you know, little items that you can get. So far I like the flower bombs that you get. They're like these little purple flowers that if you attach it to an arrow, it turns it into a bomb. So you can just shoot and it'll just turn it right into a bomb, and you can. Um, and that's the beauty of this, is that like the fusing is so cool. Like being able to fuse like a weapon to another weapon, or an item to a weapon, or a like you can take this this flame emitter and attach it to your sword, or attach it to your shield. If you attach it to your shield, the shield will block, but it'll spit out fire. So like it's really cool that they added that type of stuff. And then of course the ascend is really cool, because you like if you get to an area, there was one part where I was trying to get to this last shrine in the beginning of the game, and I was like, how do I get to this? So I used Ascend to get up to this part, and I was like, okay, it's gonna take me up to the shrine. It didn't take me up to the shrine, it took me outside, and I was like sitting there, and I was like, oh shoot, I can't even there's no ceiling here, so I can't use Ascend again. But I was like, I wonder if I could use Ascend to go to the side of a mountain because the mountain had roots on it, and I was all like, maybe I can do it this way, maybe. And I used ascend, and I was all like, okay, I pinpointed it. It took me a little bit to get it exactly right, but I pinpointed it. I hit the ascend, and I went right through the wall all the way up to the shrine. I was right there, and I was like, sweet, dude, that's so cool. Like them adding those different things, and then adding, new enemies and stuff like that, enemy types and things like that, and adding different things to create. You can really create some really cool looking vehicles and some really cool looking just contraptions to where you can get to a certain area or whatever. It's really cool, man. If you absolutely loved Breath of the Wild, definitely recommend it. If you didn't like Breath of the Wild, I'd be hesitant to get
Breath
it.
of the Wild is right up my alley. So I know that what I played, I enjoyed it. It's just that I put that in the backlog, and it's just going to kind of be like with this one. I'm going to just put this one in the backlog until I get through the games that I feel that
you want to play.
Garner the attention.
That's completely
first.
fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, for me, I was all like excited for this and Jedi Survivor, and I was all like, okay, I'm playing Jedi Survivor, and then I'm playing this, and then whatever comes after I'm done with these games, I'll play the next game. It'll probably be Diablo 4. But I don't know if I'm gonna finish this and finish streaming Jedi Survivor before Diablo 4.
Right.
But I already have it. I have it pre-ordered, so once I get the chance to play it, I'll play it. But yeah, I think if, like I was saying, even if you didn't really like Breath of the Wild, I feel like there might be some stuff in here that might change your mind on the game because of the fact of being able to fuse things together to make your weapons stronger. So like you can take a sword and fuse it with a rock, and you have a rock hammer, at that point, and then that gives the weapon more vitality, so it lasts longer. And it's honestly probably, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's game of the year yet because I haven't got long enough into it, but it's well on its way for me. Right now it's Hogwarts Legacy, Jedi Survivor, and this right now, in terms of the list of game of the year for me. Of course, I don't usually decide that until almost the very end because you never know. Like last year,
you never know what drops.
Because last year, what happened? I was like, this game was really good, and then Plague Tale Requiem came out and just blew everything else out of the water for me. So, I definitely,
which is now 60 FPS.
Yeah,
now I just got it 60 FPS, which 60 I can FPS. Actually play it now because I haven't even started it yet. Well, no, that's a lie. I started it, got to the part where they were running through the field. Oh, come back. And then I cut it off and I said, I'll get back to it later. That's as far as I got.
This, also, this game runs a lot smoother than Breath of the Wild. Definitely, there's still some hiccups here and there, in more dense areas, but for the most part, it's been running 30 frames per second. I think it's 900p for the resolution.
What? It's what? Hold on, wait. What is what?
No,
it's 900. It's 900p.
Hold on. Now, is this the Crown Black talking, or is it is me just asking the question? What is the resolution for $70?
900p. 900p.
A 97?
Yeah, 97.
Ooh, okay.
But that's the thing.
It's not 900p.
It's 900p, dude.
No,
it's running at 900p, dude. Trust me, it's running at 900p.
But hold on. Let my brother Viper.
It's running at 900p.
He'll get his chance. He'll get his chance. But okay, but Dark, I believe Dark is the only one so far who is, I think, gave the game some actual run. I have not yet. I plan on to by other means. If not, then I'll do it by other means as well. So it doesn't matter. But I will get my hands on the game regardless, because I'm a gamer. So I do need to say this before I get started, going to the next person, which will probably be Viper. And that is Sir X-Man, a new member. Brother, listen, people that's watching, I am not making negotiations with these people that come onto this podcast to go ahead and start sending me, money. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to get them out to get a platform for their own, because as you know, I am K-Mega, the father of these youngins, and I would provide guidance.
No, you provide the teat for us to suckle off.
Well, yes, and the teat, and the mega teat.
You're nasty. No, ain't nobody doing that.
Definitely not giving me no teat.
Yeah, you get the teat. You get the teat. If you support Players OnlyFans, you get the mega teat.
We don't play that.
There we go. There we go. Suckle.
No, nasty ass motherfucker, man. You nasty. I'm telling you.
Let me stop.
We don't
Sir X-Man. I really appreciate it. Oh my God.
I'll put a jumper cable on that teeth.
Yes, mega nurturer. That's exactly what I am, Sleepy Goblin.
Zap your ass up out of this world. That's nasty.
Hey, I don't. Hold on. Okay. Before I go to Viper, I want you. Do you guys remember? This was I don't know why this commercial still sticks with me. Well, it's creepy as hell. It made me feel some kind of way. I love the commercial, but the commercial was a Daxter and Jack commercial for PlayStation, right? And what happened was in the commercial where this guy used a space age gun to shrink himself, and so he got butt ass naked to run to the girl's tent, and he got picked up by an owl. Do anybody remember that ad from Sony? And when the owl picked him up, he was like, "Oh no!" And then it says, "Weapons are not suited for this world."
You've been watching, dude.
No. It's just an ad that stuck with me. I thought it was a fantastic ad from Sony, and so that just called me when you just told me that you'll zap me out of this world. When Ham told me he'll zap me out of the world, it just clicked with me. I thought that was pretty damn funny. But do anybody else in the chat remember that commercial? It was Ratchet and Clank, or it was Zack and Daxter. I thought it was Zack and Daxter, but either way, it was one or the other. Jack and Daxter.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but it was a great commercial.
Just wow.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, all right. Let's go to you. Let's go to you, Viper, because Viper, you are adamant that this game. Okay, did you get a chance to play this game? And if not, that's fine. But you are adamant that this game is not pushing at 900p. I can't believe that anybody's even defending the situation for this game to be set. Well, nobody on this panel is defending it, but there are people that are defending that this game should be $70, and you're not even getting 900p or less resolution. But Viper, let me hear what you got to say, brother, because I mean, it sounds like you feel totally different than what Optimus feels.
So, okay, I understand that you've got a game that may be fun, okay? We thought Redfall was fun, but Redfall got slammed for its performance issues, okay? It got slammed because it's at 30 frames.
I hope people was watching my Redfall gameplay as well, and I hope that kind of made people think, like, for all the things that people were saying, because that game can get very challenging the further you get, especially playing.
I'm gonna interject during his thing, so
don't interject, because
Because you're wrong. I'm telling you right now, you are wrong.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right, keep going. Keep digging
spicy.
a hole.
Anyway, so the fact that this game it's using FSR 1, so it's already doing upscaling. If you watch the Digital Foundry stuff, they did say it's running like in the 500 and 600p, okay? And it's using FSR to upscale it to 720p. And when it's docked, it's still 720p because of FSR 1. So you saying it's 900p, you're wrong. Thank you very much.
It's at 900p, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
So that's false advertising from Nintendo.
Oh,
false advertising.
Oh shit! Okay, all right.
So I don't want to hear anybody lying and saying that it's 900p. I'm not calling you a liar, but I'm saying that this is not 900p. It's using FSR 1. It's upscaling from a lower resolution up to 720p. Okay? Check the Digital Foundry video. Next.
It definitely looks like 900p on my TV. So
next. Well, then you got bad eyes. Anyway, so now let's go into the fact that it's $70 for a 30 FPS game that's not even actually hitting 30 FPS. It's actually dropping to 19 FPS.
No, it's not. Dude. It's hitting 30 FPS, bro. Like, what are you talking about, dude? It's hitting 30 FPS. Sometimes, yes, it dips at to 22 frames or 19 frames, but dude, it does not. It's not often enough for it to even hit to even matter at that point, dude. It does.
You're still proving my point. This is not.
No,
I'm not.
30 FPS. I'm not proving any point.
This is you just said it dips.
It dips
to 19 and 22 FPS.
Part, it hits 30 FPS most of the game. Most of the game it does. I'm playing it. You're not. So
keep talking. Keep talking, bitch.
I'm playing it. You're not.
There's that filth. There's that filth. I knew it was going to come eventually. Man, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I'm playing it. You're not.
I'm playing it. You're not.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the fact
it doesn't matter. Let's go. I love it.
It doesn't matter because you didn't play it, so you don't know.
Shit.
It doesn't matter because
let me stop talking and just keep drinking.
You got those beer goggles on. That's what you got. Okay, you're looking at this thing as this fine chick, but your damn eyes are fucking drunk as hell. All right, so now you are basically promoting this game as, it's a wonderful game and it's fantastic. It's running at 900p, 30 FPS. It's worth $70. I'm like, what the
Let the fuck? Spew. That man deserves it. Let it happen.
So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out. I think people need to keep that same energy about 30 FPS on a AAA game. Is it worth $70 to be 30 FPS? Is it worth $70 to be under 1080p?
It is. If the game is fantastic, dude. If the game is fantastic, yes, it deserves that. But if the game isn't fantastic, then it doesn't. So you're kind of comparing it to Redfall, and Redfall is dog shit. So
I'm also going to compare it to Jedi Survivor because that thing came out broken too. Was that worth $70 for it coming out broken?
Yes, it was.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Uh-oh.
I disagree there.
So I see that you're part of the problem then. Because you're one of
let's not do that.
Oh my goodness.
Let's not do that.
It wasn't even broken though. That's the thing. You're confusing broken to having issues. It has issues, yes, but it's not broken, dude.
Yes, and then so why is it that no one can keep that same energy for all the games all the games that have come out where it's been broken, and I'm saying issues like performance, shaders not loading. Look at the Last of Us PC port. That was shit. So you tell me, is that worth $70? Any of these games that came out.
It was 60. Well, I think
it was 60,
50.
but
It was 50, and then I think the
you could get it for
special
like
edition was $60 or $70. Now it's like $32. I'm waiting for it to drop $15 more before I pull the trigger.
I see what Viper's saying though, but time out. I see what Viper's saying though, because I mean, it's just the fact of the matter is, it's like, yeah, I understand this car still works, but the clutch slips. It still drives, but the clutch is slipping. And it's just like, you're telling me to drive this off the lot right now with the clutch slipping, yet some other customer is going to come in 2 years later and get, or let's be real, like 6 months later or whatever months later, and they're going to buy the exact same thing for $20 less. Yep. Or for whatever some sale, and they're going to get a better product than I got right at this moment. That's the real problem at the end of the day. It's not that I understand. I mean, I understand the attachment to like a game like Zelda. Like, dude, I understand the story is fantastic. It's probably
it's different
Jedi Survivor
game. That's Jedi
Survivor.
If Jedi Survivor, game, yeah, it should deserves that smoke, but it's not a shitty game, so it doesn't deserve.
I'm not saying that it's a shitty game.
Okay, so
I'm saying, time out. Okay, let me finish this real quick. What I'm saying is the way, and I'm talking from a fan's perspective right here, but the way Ark Survival Evolved came into Xbox was as perfect as it could be. That game does not get enough credit from people for the way they dropped that game on Xbox. That game came out on Xbox as a game preview, and you could buy it for $13. And I understand these games are much higher in price than that, so maybe you give the fan like, yo, like you pay, you know, $60 for this or like $55 for this and get something busted. But they're not going to do that because they got investors and stuff like that. I mean, that's a dumb idea from a money making standpoint. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, like, the credit is not given enough to a game like that gave their community something to be able to play and pretty much be the testers for them. And then they figure out. And then when the game actually dropped, it came out $60 and people had to buy it at that price when it was as fixed as it could possibly get. And that game was unfortunately kind of forever broken because it's just like ridiculously large and everything. But what I'm saying is, at least they gave the audience a moment to test it and see if this is something that they would actually be willing to spend more money into. I started out with only $13 in that game, and I've at least put about $120 in it since then, just because they gave me that entrance into a game that not many games are willing to do. And that's insane, in my opinion. That's cool, but insane. I just don't like that we're paying top dollar. I paid top dollar for Callisto Protocol, and when it was on sale, it was a better experience, and it's just disheartening. I understand the game's still good. That has nothing to do with it. It's that I bought a bike with a busted tire, and somebody else got a perfect bike on sale, and it's just like what.
I mean,
the heck?
Unfortunately,
I can still ride the bike,
but it's what we got to deal with. Unfortunately,
no.
Okay, so
we have to deal with.
Okay, but no.
Yes,
okay,
it
Viper,
is because 30 frames per second is not going anywhere, dude. It's just not. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not going.
That's the next topic. We will talk about the 30 frames per second. But I will have to address this really quick. Abacab mentioned that that Zelda is a 96 on Metacritic and a 97 on OpenCritic. I just, I watch, I see it. It takes me a little bit of time. And what's going on with you, MLG? You know what I'm saying? Fastback. I'm going to get you on the show for sure, brother. I really am. I really do appreciate that. But I will have to address this. Now, you just did this to Viper, so I'm going to do this to you. How long did you play? And I don't want this to be a dog pile, because I think that some of the things that you're saying, Dark, is absolutely correct. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But how many hours did you put into Redfall?
3-4 hours.
Okay, I put over 20. Redfall is not as bad. It's not a dog shit game.
It is a dog shit game, bro.
It is not a dog shit game. No,
bro, it's a dog shit game.
No.
It's a completely mess up game. It's completely broken. There's no great qualities about that game at all.
Oh shit! Okay, so I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what, my brother? Why is it that you have that much disdain for that game, and you only put 3 hours into it?
Because, dude, I was excited for it. That's why I have so much disdain for it, because I was actually excited for it. I was one of those that was excited for the game, and I wasn't.
I thought it was going to be like, okay, I'll jump in and play, but broken. Yeah,
I can't even play it, dude. It stutters constantly.
Really?
At least with Jedi Survivor, I could play the game. At least with Breath of Tears of the Kingdom, I can play the game. I could play these games. That game, I couldn't even play the game. I literally tried to play it for 4 hours straight, and I couldn't do it. I played it 2 hours one day and then 2 hours the next day.
Would you come on with me and play it with me for another couple of hours with me?
No, absolutely not, dude.
Why not? Why not?
That is what
because it's already sullied my experience already.
Okay, fair enough. You can't make a man change his mind if he's already done with it.
I'm not making him change his mind.
Viper, it's back to you.
But this is what I'm saying in terms of, people not keeping that same energy. When it comes to Nintendo, when it comes to a franchise like Star Wars, when it comes to a PlayStation title, everybody wants to give them a pass. No matter what the issue may be, everybody gives them a pass.
Because they're good games. That's why. Come on, man. The Xbox just doesn't have any good games, man. Sorry, but they don't.
A good game?
Get this dark. I told you it was going to be spicy.
I didn't play Forspoken, so I can't say if it's a good game. I didn't play Forspoken.
Was Chia a good game?
I didn't play Chia, so I don't know if it's a good game or not.
Okay.
I don't play every single PlayStation game. I only play the good ones.
Right. Oh, okay.
They gave Chia. Didn't they give Chia a high rating?
They did. Yeah. It didn't come out broken though. That's all I know of is that it didn't come out broken.
But it did come in 30 frames per second though, right?
Right. And
and that's fine. There's nothing.
How soon we forget Hi-Fi
There's nothing wrong with it.
Came out perfect.
Perfect.
I never said anything about Hi-Fi Rush. I thought Hi-Fi Rush was a good game.
But how soon we forget that there's games that came out that were working on Xbox compared to stuff that has come out on a Nintendo and stuff that has come out on PlayStation. Let's look at Age of Empires 2. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Oh, come on. Don't give me none of that Age of Empires 2. That's a PC game. Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
This is the first time that it's on console, and it was working just perfectly when it came out. Come on now.
That's a PC game, period. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh my God, I can't with this guy. Oh God.
Hey, Meg, you gotta let me come in here and cut the cap.
Please.
Let me come in here and cut the cap.
Not yet, because Viper has to learn.
There's a reason I gave Redfall 6 out of 10.
Right. But Viper has to learn to stand on it. If I let you come and defend Viper, then I wouldn't be the mega nurturer. You got to stand up for your own, brother. Dark is over here beating them legs, bro. You got to stand for your shit. You was coming forward.
I don't think I'm beating any legs.
Dark is over here beating your legs right now. You cannot allow this to happen. Not on GRG. We keep what we kill here, brother. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Oh,
he's keeping what he kills. Get him, Viper. He is.
He can try, but I know he's wrong, and he is part of the problem. The fact is that, like I said, everybody that was talking bad about how 30 frames is not good for them, they get sick off of 30 frames. Oh, we can't play it; it's unplayable. Now we got Zelda, and now that's in a 96, 97. And
it's not me,
it is you too. So
no, it's not because I don't have those problems. I don't have problems with 30 frames per second games. I don't.
Like I said,
name one time where I said that I had a problem with 30 FPS frame.
I don't need to name anything that you want me to name. I'm just letting you know.
You should name it because if you're calling me a liar on that, I'm not.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh my God. You got the man. I mean, emojis of the. You know, we will, ladies and gentlemen. I will put this man through training. We will not let one of the lower echelon stands get in here and keep what he
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I gotta stop
that's
that.
good.
I
I mean, Viper, you're my brother, but man, bro, like
I know.
I've never ever been like, oh, 30 FPS. Like Redfall at 30 FPS wasn't a problem for me. It was the brokenness of it just not being able to play it, dude. That was my
okay. We will definitely get into the 30 frames per second aspect of this here in a second, but we got to let him go ahead and defend his brother Viper because Viper. Bro, you gonna need some defender, man. He keeping what he killed, man. He take that red shirt with him. You shirtless right now. Shit, you coming pantsless. That man can be taking your shoes right now. Shit, you better.
Oh my goodness, this man's about to rip his shirt.
That man is keeping what he kills, bro. Yeah, hey man, you send that to California, to PlayStation Nation, Santa Monica.
I wasn't even defending PlayStation. I'm just defending good games. That's it,
bro. When he ended the argument, is you think what you want to think, and then he got quiet. I can't listen. The Mega Nurturer has to put this man back into the hyperbolic chamber because Xboxians cannot take that type of severe beating. I refuse. Anyways,
I would say I was beating him.
You was beating them legs. You was beating the hell out of them legs right there. He came strong. And then when you came with what you said, well, I played it, you didn't. He kind of changed his whole perspective, and then you kept on going, and then
I will agree with you on that. He did change his perspective.
He changed his perspective.
Instead
of him sticking his guns. Man, I got to start making a mega class of you do not stubborn mule. You class, you know what I'm saying? A card of stubborn mule. You do not bend to these stands at all. Anyway, all right, Ham Solo, it's your turn, brother. If you wanted to move on off of this topic and talk about the 30 frames per second, you're definitely free to do so. But have you even had a chance to play the new Zelda game and the phenomenon? Because I mean, we do need to praise that it is amazing that Nintendo is at even having the lesser console, all that other crazy stuff. Throw that aside. That this game is showing old school people coming in to the stores, midnight launch, excited. This
Dude,
is something that. Yeah, I seen plenty of pictures. There was one picture from a PlayStation dude. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, he said it stunk. Bro, but listen, it is what it is, man. But it is a phenomenon. Zelda, to have an IP as old as Zelda is older than most of these people that's out here that's content creating. To have the wherewithal to stand strong even after Nintendo's had its very, very sad and horrible moments. This franchise, it seems like it's in a better place than it's ever been. What's your thoughts about that?
Man, I'm happy for Zelda fans. I mean, straight up. I mean, there's no room for me to hate on that at all. It's such a legacy title. I've never got too deep into it, but I see the allure in it. Absolutely. I don't hate on it at all. I mean, back when I was a little kid, I probably didn't love it or whatnot, but I was also a Sega stan back when I was a little kid. So I didn't really rock with Nintendo that much as it was. Like when I had my N64, once I heard the Dreamcast was out, 64 was gone. Like it was one of those situations. I was the guy that was like, Sega's on the comeback.
Watch your damn mouth, you damn pony.
Sega fell far from grace, man.
Watch
Unfortunately.
your mouth about the dream.
I don't need to hear that right now.
Yes. Watch your mouth.
But yeah, I mean, I personally bought Breath of the Wild and I thought it was a really fun game, but then I ran into let's say Ubisoft game, very similar. Immortals Phoenix Rising. No, stop it.
Yeah.
Immortals Phoenix Rising. Then I ran into Immortals Phoenix Rising, and I liked how your weapons didn't break in that, and it just felt more fast paced. So I got into that and kind of forgot about Breath of the Wild. Now I'm kind of getting back into it just because I see all this stuff about Tears of the Kingdom, and I want to see what it's all about, because I'm hearing there's a lot more to Tears of the Kingdom than there is with Breath of the Wild. So I remember enjoying Breath of the Wild, but like I said, just whatchamacallit, Immortals of Phoenix Rising came out, and it was 60 FPS as well. Immortals of Phoenix Rising was so that was pretty nice, and it was on Xbox, and I don't know, I just like playing my Xbox more than I like playing any other console, to be real with you. So it was easy for me to pick up and go with that. But as for Tears of the Kingdom, my wife absolutely adores Zelda. Like, bro, I even got this right here. Like, bro, she
right here.
I didn't buy this. She bought this.
You sure?
No. Yeah, I'm absolutely sure. I'm not that big of a Zelda fan.
You was holding one of the goatiest games ever made.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the love behind this game and whatnot, and it seems like what they dropped was a straight up tribute to that. And with knowing what the Nintendo Switch's hardware is, I'm not mad that people are enjoying this at 30 FPS. It's whatever. And if you're really that techie, there are people like Everborn out here figuring it out to play it on the Steam Deck. So I mean, like, if you're really that techie and you need to play it at 60 FPS, you'll find a way to do it. If you're that techie,
you will find
about it. You will figure it out. So so I'm not too mad about this game. And from what I hear and see, this isn't as broken as a Redfall or a Jedi Survivor. So I think this game deserves more respect in that aspect. I'm probably going to pick up the game at some point for my wife. I'm talking too loud right now, but I'm probably going to pick it up for my wife here at some point soon. And that's why I'm currently playing Breath of the Wild, because she's way further in the game than I am. I have like 3 hearts. She has like 10 or 12. She has like a line and she has like a line and a quarter. Like, she is far in the game. So yeah, so I really want to get that for her, like, just as a gift, just to be nice, because she pretty much only likes Zelda games, old school Nintendo games, co-op side scrollers with me, and Halo. She plays Halo more than anything.
Mother's Day gift.
So hey, Viper with the dub. I love that.
I'm gonna call him Dark Sidious Viper. Hey, Dark. You see how Viper came in here? He got the Dark Sidious X-Body skin right on there.
He got that Order 66.
Order 60. Man, I got to get my soundboard working on the show on GRG.
I don't know. The way he might come at Autumn here in a little bit. It might be Order 86. He might be trying to get rid of that.
I know you kept what you killed, but man, this man coming in, man, he put boy. I don't even know if I want to say anything to the man right now.
This dude bust out a knife. Put that thing, boy.
Man, come on now, damn. You
gonna stab the camera?
Dark didn't do you that bad. I mean, he beat them legs up real good. They look like chicken wings, but shit, come on.
But yeah, I think this game is like honestly, I think it's just a quality game that came out and surprised a lot of people. And you know what? It outdid Hogwarts for a simple reason. It has a lot of history. If the tables were turned and Hogwarts have been making games this long and Zelda just finally came out with the game, it'd be the exact same way. It'd be the exact same way just because people follow that like crazy. It's a cult following for that. I mean, you see GameStop, you see the way it's selling I'm sure somebody picked up a stick and attached it to another stick in this game and about cried. They're like, Zelda's. I'm sure there are literally people out there that cried when this game came out.
Oh yeah. There's no question. They forgot their deodorant, but they did go home and plug that in and cried. they forgot. You mean the grown man like
Greg Miller? You being disrespectful?
Cried when Ori came out.
Oh, you know what? See, I'm about to grab this Cody.
Snoopy Goblin is proclaimed him.
Strangle him by the neck.
Like physically violent, like mentally. Let's get mentally violent, but not physically.
No, bro. That's fine.
One last thing I wanted to say. Real quick.
Yes. On this man. Get an assault charge put on him, but go ahead. Yeah.
On the $70 aspect of it,
yes.
Do I think it should be $70 for a Switch game? I don't really like it. Right? I don't like that price, but I will put a but there because, hey, if somebody says, I know people will buy this at that price, they'll do it. I mean, think about. I mean,
I was the idiot that did
it. Let's be real. Let's be real. If it's that sought after, and your competition or whatever you want to call them are selling their games at that same price and selling games that are way more busted, or that seemingly have more to offer but really don't, then I understand why somebody would do that. I mean, this might be a little wild and maybe a little bit of reaching, but there's a reason that there's a reason that pack don't cost the same in one state as it does the other.
Oh,
because they know that people are going to be willing to pay a little bit more over here because they just need it.
The one thing I will push back on you about with the $70 is that Nintendo prices don't drop. So why go up in price if they don't drop? They don't go on sale.
They do go on sale, but they only drop by maybe at the max $20.
Nintendo fans are stupid and will buy anything that at $70. We don't give a
right.
That's a fact.
We don't.
Okay, all right? That's the problem.
All right. So, okay. So, I every point has been valid. I even agree with I agree with everybody on the panel for sure. I mean, I'm not paying $70 for Zelda. I'm not. I'll pay $50. I'll definitely pay $40. No problem.
I'm sure during Christmas time they'll probably drop the price.
They'll drop the price. Yeah, to about 50. Yeah. No,
they usually do
drop it 20.
A deal.
Black Friday sale.
You think they're going to drop it $20?
Yeah, Black Friday.
No, they're not going to drop it.
I mean, that's $50,
not at all,
bro.
It'll be probably more like 60.
No, it'll be 50.
I think it'll be 60.
It'll be $50, $55.
No
question.
Bro. No way.
Yeah.
Black
Friday, yeah.
I could see 55. I could see 55.
$50, $55. They won't drop the price.
They'll drop the price. They'll bundle it too.
Right.
I just don't see 20. 20 is just too much to me.
They'll drop 50. It'll be $50 to $55. No question. By Black Friday. Okay, so my thing here is, right, of course, I know that you guys may have seen my tweet the other day. And if you didn't, I congratulated Zelda because I'm not a hater. I know the magnitude. Oh, did you just harm me? Listen, I'm not Viper. I'm not Viper, bro. I don't need a cloak to be nasty. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, I'm sipping the sauce. Don't let me chug it. Don't get me.
I'm just ready for the smoke tonight. I don't know. I'm just
no.
I'm just in the mood tonight.
I love it. I love it that you're more comfortable. That you defend your stance. That's what we do here. That I no yes men here. Yes men or women. I want people to challenge me. That's why I cannot wait to get I can't wait to get MLG on here. I cannot wait. I can't wait to get Fastback on here because we had a discussion about what was broken when we was in regards to talking about Halo, and I'm going to make it a point to where we can have that discussion and let the listeners decide, not be nasty to one another, but have a discussion of what is a broken game and what is a game that is flawed, seriously flawed. And we just had a different thoughts of opinion. But no, I mean I respect what the man does. I definitely respect because my son is in band, or he plays in a band as well. And when I see the man is out there doing his thing, going to the band, I know what kind of work that is. And then he gets out there and he tries to cook. I think his wife cooks more than he does, but then he tried to take credit for it. But we'll have to talk about that when it comes on the show. But
Redfall is flawed, broken, and fun.
Redfall is not broken. It's flawed.
Yeah. It's flawed, broken, and fun. It is.
It was dumb. Broken. It was, bro.
It's broken.
The only thing that's broken about Redfall is the AI.
When the difficulty doesn't change for an hour, it's broken.
Say that again, Ham. What happened?
When the difficulty doesn't change, it even happened when you were in the game with us, K Mega. But maybe
it changed though. It didn't change in the beginning, but it changed.
But it took like an hour.
Well, I guess that's
broken.
That's true. But see, this is the thing. I play
human characters too.
Oh well, but no. Hold on. Okay,
to me, that was just bad design.
That's just bad design. Okay, so so this is the thing with the situation with Redfall. I am not, and let me repeat this. I am not defending how Redfall launched. It should never happen. Xbox fucked up by the utmost degree to allow this game to come out in this state. That is absolute failure. As an Xbox Xbotian or whatever people that want to call me, whatever, as an Xbox fan, number one fan, I am not. This is atrocious. You do not allow any game first party to come out in that state. That is an absolute fail.
I mean, you should honestly just sell your Xbox at this point.
I'm gonna sell you. I'm just waiting for the top buyer. I'm just not getting good buyers yet. But so,
that's good.
You see how quick I am anyway. So, but no, that's good. No. Okay. But the thing of it is this, and this is the topic that I want to bring up is about the 30 frames per second. I talked about this in a sense, praising Zelda. Because I have been an advocate about 30 frames per second is not going away. Not on consoles. It's already it's gone on PC. But for consoles, 30 frames per second is never going away. There's always going to be a game that's going to have at least the option, even when we get to a point to where the consoles can run 40 series hardware, because there's going to be a developer that's going to feel that the game runs better at a lower frame than they do at a 60 frames per second. I feel that way. Now, when that time comes when the consoles does 60 frames as a standard, then you can come and say, Mega, you said this in 2023, and it'd be 2030, 33. But whatever, that's fine. The thing for me is that as people are praising Zelda, and I have to agree with Viper on this 100%, there were people that was telling me that Redfall, with all of its issues, as much as I'm having fun with the game, I've gotten hooked into it. I'm going to beat this game. It wasn't even on my radar. I'm having a blast with it. The patches even made it better, right? For me. But there were people that were telling me it makes me sick to see 30 frames per second. I get too nauseous. Shout out to 108 Dragons for even pointing this out. I thought that was funny as hell because he's right, because people were telling me this a couple of weeks ago. It makes me saucy. I can't play 30 frames per second. You had people that came on Twitter that was calling me a simp, and then they were telling me that I was the problem, and that I even got called my boy from Alex and other people because I was talking about games. And that game that ran at 60, but regardless, console gaming is a different entity, and console gamers care more about visuals more than they do about frames per second. That's a PC thing. And when you got console gamers that try to talk like PC gamers, but yet they're the ones that always tell you or throw into your face about the visuals about a game, and most likely when they're showing you the best visuals of that game, it's usually a picture, or it's a game that's being played at the best resolution in the 30 frames per second mode.
Photo mode.
So quality mode. So my question to you guys, and I'm going to go straight to you on this one, Ham Solo, on this one first. Why is it that there's people still even today that tries to make the lie? It's not even a debate anymore. That 30 frames per second, that 60 frames per second is the standard. When a game like Zelda comes out on, and I get people that still tell it's on 2015 hardware. But the fact is that this game is still 30 frames per second and even dips below 30 frames per second, but nobody is having the vision issues, and nobody's having these other problems or standards. There was somebody that made this one particular point. It was absolutely flawless. I loved it. I retweeted it. He said, yeah, the Switch is a 2015 hardware, but your eyes is still in 2023 because every game that you play in 30 frames per second is still the same. So it doesn't matter if it's 2015 hardware or if it's 2021 hardware or if there's pro consoles. If it's 30 frames, it's 30 frames. Why is it that people that still trying to fight the fight to try to let gamers think that 30 frames per second is a bad thing in gaming?
Because they don't really like the game. There's not much that I have to say about that. They just don't like the game, or they just don't want to talk positive about it. That's it.
But they talk positive about Star Wars Survivor. These same people that was,
of course,
but
because they like the game, right?
But the performance mode was broken, so they had to play the game in quality mode. But that's the thing that I'm trying to say. Why is it that people just aren't just being honest? Like, people are lying to their listeners, or people are just lying in general, saying that 60 frames per second is the standard, and it's not on console. It just isn't.
I wish 60 frames per second was a standard. That's wishful thinking.
Yeah, that's wishful thinking, though. But I mean, why are they?
Xbox did come out and say at some point, at one point, that their idea is everything 60s, and PlayStation. All like the console, like Nintendo is the one that doesn't go outside touting power. They don't do that anymore.
Right.
They don't. So like when something's 30 there, people are like very okay with it. When your advertiser marketing in 60 frames like Redfall did, unacceptable.
Right. Unacceptable.
Very unacceptable. Absolutely
very
inappropriate.
True. Right.
When Jedi Survivor comes out saying, yo, we got the performance mode ready to go. No, it's not. You're lying to me right now. This is still a great game, but you lied. That's the fact. It wasn't ready. It still playing the game. I didn't ask for a refund. I didn't ask for a refund at all because it's a good game. It's a mess. And like, maybe some run into less issues than others. I remember Dark Optimus saying earlier, I didn't, get sick or whatever, or saying something about getting sick or whatever. Yo, I got woozy feeling. I got woozy feeling playing Redfall one time. I did, and I just had to shut it off because it was just bugging out, and it was on my PC when that happened because it was just going all over the place, and I was just like, dude, I have to stop.
PC peasant.
And I had the same issue on my console with Jedi Survivor. There was just like a certain, and I think it was just that certain area. That certain area that I went to, I was just running around on my Series X, and I was just like, dude, like, I know I'm a little tired, but whoa. And it's when you don't do a performance mode correctly, like, it's not 30 FPS that's the issue. It's a game being smooth is the issue. There are games, and correct me if I'm wrong, K-Meg, but there are games that have been 30 FPS that people mistaked for 60 because they were so damn smooth.
Borderlands was one for sure.
And it's just like, if you have it optimized, super well,
I think, as well.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Far Cry 5 was one, and Borderlands at 30 was mistaken.
Because and also the first Destiny on consoles, it was 30, but people were having so much fun with it, and it was running.
Yeah,
very
nobody
smooth.
had talked about that, right? Yeah,
yep,
you're right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's countless games that's out there. That's. I mean, as one of the games I think that you brought up, Ham, was Requiem. That game maxed out at 40, and no one talked bad about that game. No one.
Well, yeah, and see, a lot, it's just a good game.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like I said, if it's just a good game and you can yell out as much as you want, you're gonna be very lonely in that screaming contest. No one's gonna listen to you. Everyone's just gonna walk by and just be like, "This dude's freaking out." Like, if it's a good game, you're gonna give it that respect. Requiem was a good game. People were not too happy.
I did not know that, Yobi. I'm sorry, I'm not interrupting you. I'm just trying to add on to the conversation. Yobi in the chat said Avengers was as well. It played at 30 loads of times and thought it was 60. I didn't know. Avengers played amazing. I did not know that game was 30 frames per second. Avengers played absolutely fantastic. See, I didn't know, but go ahead, please. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's just it's all about optimization.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes out fairly clear, I mean, keep in mind when Requiem came out, the difference between, the PC and the Xbox and PlayStation versions were kind of stark, especially with the frames and everything like that. But as you said, and as Lemon said, if you want that, you got to pay for it. If you want that kind of stuff, you better be, if you're going to demand that, something needs to be 60 FPS or 70 FPS. Or 120, 200, whatever. If you want to go crazy, you better be ready to spend a couple grand. I mean, shoot, a couple grand on a card.
Yeah, when you brought up Cassante and how much he spent, I'm not feeling this bad now, even though I still feel stupid for how much I spent. But I'm going to let you know, for the PC that I spent for everything that I have, and I still have one more thing that I need to get for this PC, storage-wise. $4,300 plus dollars. $4,300 plus dollars. Are you going to pay that for the next PlayStation 5 or PlayStation or Xbox console?
It's not comparable.
Over $4,300 for this PC that I built. I didn't have anybody build it for me. That shit would have even been more if I had somebody build it. I built it myself, but just for the components and everything that I got for it, $4,300 and plus dollars, and I still have one more thing that I need to do to make it complete for me to say that I got everything that I absolutely wanted. Everything. Think about that. And Casante spent over $5,000.
Casante. It's K Asante, fool.
K Asante.
Yeah, I know, right?
Casante.
Jeez, this guy.
I put the K with it. Casante. That sounds hotter to me, but K Asante.
Hot.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Anyways. All right.
K Asante. Let me be country. Sorry.
Not today. Nope.
Y'all ain't gonna let me slide with it today? Okay. Go ahead.
But anyways, like, depending on the game, it really just comes down to that. It just depends on the game. And if the crowd love it enough, people will shut up. People will shut up if the crowd loves it that much. I, as a person, now I'm gonna tell you how I feel though, personally, like about like this generation with gaming and what was advertised. I want 60 FPS. I get a little down when I see something's 30 FPS only. I'm like, oh, damn. But am I going to miss an experience? No. Am I going to complain for 5 seconds? Sure. But am I going to let it dictate the game itself? Like, whether it's good or not? No. Like you said, like many other people said, like, if a game's good, I'm gonna play it. I mean, I just can't help it. I'm a gamer. I do that. I'd rather have a smooth 30 FPS than a fucked up 120 like I got with Redfall. I tell you that much. I mean, oh man, I tell you what, when Redfall looks, when I seen Redfall running about 117 FPS on my PC, I was like, man, this looks amazing.
Yes, sir.
But when it's bouncing around, it's like, man, I'd rather just play it on the Series S when I know it's going to be at least consistent. I mean, you pick your poison, but also you better be able to afford it.
That is absolutely right. Good point. Great point. So I'm going to let Dark, which I shouldn't, but I will. I'll let Dark go last on this one. You know what I'm saying? He will say something wild and PlayStation centric.
No,
disgusting.
it's gonna be.
He agreed.
I'm a Nintendo fan now. Okay, all right.
This man, that's why I got the red background. This man is a Nintendo man. Okay, all right. So let's go to Viper Sidious. Hold on, let me go back to what my boy Sleepy Goblin called him. Darth Viperus. You are in the chamber, bro. You know what I'm saying? Lock and load, let loose. Because I need to know why people are so out there about 30 frames per second games, knowing damn well that they were out here capping hard for these 30 frames per second games, knowing damn well that they were capping for broken games, knowing damn well that they will be capping for Zelda. I've already seen content from these people bragging about a game, as you alluded to, and others, that this game is less than 1080p, but yet you are the problem, and you are the person that plays games at below standards if you appreciate just good quality games. What the hell is this issue about 30 frames per second versus 60 frames per second gaming, brother?
Okay. So the issue here is that the people that are making these complaints are basically running with the pack. That's all that they're doing. Because I can tell you, me personally, before I built my PC last year, I was okay with 30 FPS. Once I built my PC and I experienced what it's like to run the games at a higher fidelity, run it at a smoother FPS, and I got up to 144 frames in some games. In other games, I even got up to 600. So the fact is that when you experience something better, you don't want to go back. And for the people that have not experienced this, but they're listening to some of these influencers who claim to be these PC elitists, these PC master race, they basically speak these things into their ear and say, oh, 60 frames are death. 60 frames are death. Oh, I can't do anything that's 30. 30 sucks. The fact is, these people who are following them, they don't know any better because they haven't done it themselves. Until you do it yourself, you cannot say that, oh, 60 is better than 30. You can't say that until you've done it. If you are still on the console and have never played any game that is at 60 frames, then you don't know. But you're listening to these other people and they're influencing you, and now you want to run with the pack. And so when I see that these reviewers, that they're bypassing certain things, excuse me, when they are looking at, like, and I'm not saying Zelda is bad. I love Zelda, but I'm looking at the fact that these reviewers are saying, "Oh, this is a good 30. This is a great game."
Yes.
We're gonna overlook this. Or how about this? When they what was that one PlayStation game that they said, oh, you know what? It was the Last of Us remake, the remake of Last of Us, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know we should score it a 60 or 70, but we're going to score it a 90 because it's Sony.
Yep.
Why are all of these games or companies given a pass for mediocrity? I thought you were supposed to have that seal of quality for your games. I thought you were supposed to reach a higher bar. I thought $70 was supposed to be because you spent more time, you developed, you used new technology, you made sure that this was the best game that you have ever done, but yet it's performing horribly. Yet graphically, it doesn't look as good as it should. Excuse me, I'm sorry I'm coughing because I'm still sick.
No, you're fine.
But the fact is that I'm seeing reviewers, I'm seeing people who have never built a PC in their life, probably never even owned a PC, never gamed on a PC. They have all these thoughts on, oh, 60 frames is the best. But no, you are only used to 30.
Mm.
So how do you know?
Fuck that mess.
How do you freaking know? Oof. I'm not going to curse. But, so here's the thing. I say that me personally, no, I'm not playing games at 30. If I can play it at 60, I'm going to play it at 60. Now, like what Ham said, that he played Redfall at a jittery 120. Okay, if it's going to be a consistent 30, then maybe I'm going to test it out at a consistent 30. I'm going to test it out and see how I feel. And if I like the experience, yes, I'll go ahead and play it. With Redfall, it's still jittery on the Xbox Series S and X, but I've also played it on the PC. Unfortunately, I played it through the cloud too. But the fact is, I'm looking at all aspects of it. Whichever one feels the best, that's what I'm going to gravitate to.
Yep.
I would love to have 60. I would love to have 120, but the frame pacing needs to be consistent. There should be no screen tearing. These games need to come out finished. And I know that I'm going on a little rant here, but the developers, well, I'm just saying that the developers, I know that they have a lot on their plate. I'm not going to blame developers on this one right now because you and I, we have a mutual friend, Don. I'm blaming the publishers. The publishers and the stockholders are pushing these damn games out, and they're not done. They're not being optimized properly for each of the consoles that they're being put out on. And these publishers are saying to their stockholders, oh, yeah, we're going to get this game out here. Or the stockholders are pushing the publishers to say, we want something right now. Bullshit. You're making the product worse, and you're putting your company in the shitter. So if you want to have consistency in terms of the quality of your games, and I'm talking about Xbox here, and also PlayStation and all these other game publishers out there, if you want consistency of quality, then stop trying to push out these broken games. Stop trying to meet your quota. If the game gets delayed, it is fine. It's going to be a better game. But don't push out these buggy messes and think that we're going to spend this money, because I know I'm fed up. I know you're fed up, K-Mega. I know there's other people that are fed up as well. I'm not spending my hard-earned money that I have to work for every single day for something that is less than what they are advertising it to be. Like if you like, I'm gonna use the example that oh my God, I'm gonna use the example that Ham Solo said earlier about the car. If I buy a car and the clutch is slipping, but yet somebody else got it for cheaper and it's working perfectly, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be extremely pissed. And you that was false advertising on your part. That will be a lawsuit ready to happen. I honestly feel like every single gamer that truly feels like they need to, I do feel they need to stand up and say, you bring out another broken game and we spend the $70 on this game, class action lawsuit on you. Every single publisher gets a class action lawsuit slapped on them by the gamers because they're selling us broken products that are not what they advertise. You're giving us products that are expensive as hell, and yet you're not giving us the quality that you said that you would give us. And so to go back around to the 60 versus 30, 60 is better. But if 30 is consistent, like 30 for Redfall in some ways is consistent. In some areas it's consistent. But a consistent 30 will always be better than an inconsistent 60.
Absolutely.
Now, if you've got VRR on your TV, which I do, then even if it's at 45, VRR will take it. But they should not rely on VRR all the time. You need to actually get in there, do the work, optimize the game, make sure it's the best game that you can possibly make. And then the people will spend that $70 because they say that it's quality. But if you cannot give us the quality that we expect, we're not paying $70. I know damn well I'm not paying $70. I've already said it from the beginning when they raised the prices in the first place. I'm not spending $70 on no damn game. The only time I spent, more than the $70 was that $100 game that I got you, K-Mega.
Right. Oh yeah, Midnight Suns, one of the greatest games
edition.
of last year. The Shut Up Edition. Yes, one of the greatest games of last year. For facts. Shut your damn mouth. Don't you say nothing negative, Dark.
Oh, that game was actually good, dude. I like that game. No.
Well, you told me that you didn't like that game. You couldn't get through it.
I liked it, but I was just like, you know what? I'm done.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway.
Listen.
Right,
okay.
right.
Hey. Yeah. Listen. We're not perfect as gamers. Okay.
You're right. That's fine. I'm not gonna beat your legs on that one. I'm not gonna beat your legs. You came clean at the end. You came clean. All right, but go ahead. I'm sorry, Barker. Please continue. Yeah.
No, but I'm done. I'm done with that because the fact is that we all should demand better from everyone. I'm not talking about just Xbox. Every single one of these publishers need to stop with pushing out these broken games.
Well,
we want top quality.
We'll get into our top topic for the night, for tonight, here in a second about Xbox and just in general. I can't wait to hear what you guys got to say about this situation because, I do have a lot to say on that. But I do have to read this super chat. Thank you so much, DJ Berto Das.
And I don't get to talk on this subject?
No,
wow.
Oh yeah,
but I want to get to the.
That's how we treat ponies around here.
Right. No. You're half stand. You're decent at times, but sometimes you lose your way. You lose your way. Anyway, but no. I just want to read the super chat, and then we'll go to you on this. And then you'll be first. You'll be last on this one, but you'll be first on our main topic tonight. But DJ Berto Das, he said, "Hold on, K Mega." He says, you can't talk about frames. Some folks are going to assume that you're comparing Zelda to Redfall. And
I mean, Viper did.
Well, yeah, okay. All right.
He's not even there.
You got to stop that. You got to stop. You got to stop going after Viper now. I got to defend. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Viper Sidious, get his ass. You know what I'm saying? Told him, no, I'm watching. Anyway, one thing that I found funny about that whole situation when I made the point of celebrating Zelda for being, for getting the accolades that it did. But the one thing that it was because some people were saying, well, Mega, you're trying to be condescending. Oh, of course. Anytime that I usually do a tweet, when it comes like that, I am being condescending, but it's kind of being condescending to the people that are harmful, I feel, to gaming and trying to set some unbelievable standards to try to push things. And we'll get to that to the next topic. But my thought about this was that there were people that I've never heard from, never knew that they even existed, pop up into my feed because I had over 100 and some thousand. It was trending. That's cool. Thank you for following my tweet that much, but I was being realistic about it. And there was a lot of people that were trying to force me to talk about Redfall instead of what I've been advocating about for years, well beyond. We're going to when I first started GRG, when Fonzarelli was a member of this podcast, and we would go back and forth. Me, him, and All Day would go back and forth about 30 frames per second versus 60 frames per second. I've been an advocate of saying that, look, 30 frames per second, even before Don or other developers would tell me that, look, 30 frames per second is not, when you hear from developers that tell you that 30 frames per second is not going anywhere for consoles, there should be no more argument. So again, you're right, Berto, that that people found it to clout chase, and I know that there was Otto and others out there. Like I told them, like if you come in here trying to get too cute, I'm gonna keep what I kill. I'm gonna cook you, and you know what I'm saying. So he, tagged me when he thought Puerto Rock knows. You know what I'm saying. I got mad respect for Puerto Rock. I think Puerto Rock on everything else see eye to eye, politically, domestically, everything else see eye to eye except for gaming. But even Puerto Rock has got cooked by me before. Now, if Puerto Rock got me on some couple of cases, yes, he has. I don't bat 1,000, but I do bat 900. So understand, I am very, very clever about the things
It's
that
more
I
like
do.
850.
Well, that's still high. That's Hall of Fame material, don't you think?
Yeah, but you're giving yourself too much credit.
No, I'll say 900. Stop, shut your mouth. Anyway, go Padres. But anyway, so Dark.
Oh man, don't get me started.
Anyway, so yeah, I know my Padres they got dusted by the Dodgers.
They're getting dusted.
Dusted. Oh my God. Come on, Padres. You see my Padres hat right here? Yes. Anyway. But Dark, your thoughts about the 30 frames per second? Like, you played Zelda, you love Zelda. Oh, guys, yes. I see it. I am so sorry. I just got hit with an ad right here. I did not sign for YouTube. Just changes everything. I made it abundantly clear in my shit. But see, every time that I do a survey or anytime that I get a new update from YouTube, they change it. So I am sorry. I did not purposely trying to get you guys to, I'm trying to get revenue and money and all this other stuff. I do like money. Don't get it twisted. But I didn't do this on purpose. So I will fix this yet again. I just got to be more cognizant of it. But anyway, but Dark, your thoughts
I never
about
get to see it because I got premium.
I just seen it by me. I was looking at the chat and I just seen the ad just pop up. So I was like,
yeah,
what?
Get premium scrubs.
Well, that is true. Get YouTube Premium because I do got YouTube Premium, and all I had to do, it popped up and then it went away. So okay, yeah. Anyway, but Dark, you're so foul. But Dark, the 30 frames per second. You playing Zelda, you're enjoying it. Most of everybody on this panel, like I know Ham plays retro games. I am very comfortable of playing games on my on my rig and then jumping and playing games that I got hooked up on my 360. I don't care. I just love playing games. Why is this such a point of emphasis to where there are content creators that's trying to force developers to push out games at this resolution? I mean, at this at these frames, when in reality, a lot of times if these games do come out at 60 frames per second, a lot of people might have a lot of issues because if these games dip, they're not going to play well. What is your thoughts about this?
Well, I mean, for example, Jedi Survivor, the performance mode wasn't up to snuff. It wasn't up to snuff. It was, I wouldn't say it was trash, but it was definitely not running at that 60. It was definitely dipping down to. It was dipping pretty bad on all consoles. Even on PC, I think it was even dipping too there. I don't know did you play it on PC?
Ham put it.
Okay.
Yeah, Ham went to go. He got about. He must have ate something bad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he cooked something tonight. Shit. Not his wife this time.
He got the bubble guts.
He got the bubble guts. Man, have your wife cook dinner instead of you cook. Because that's what's going on right now.
That's what's wrong.
Man.
Did K-Mega just say put women back in the kitchen? Oh.
Well, of course. Have women in the kitchen. They're much more suited to cook.
Wow.
And be better.
That is some sexist ass shit.
That is not sexist. That is not sexist. Women are what I'm trying to say is women are much better, much smarter and capable than men. I know that there's some good male cooks out there, but let's just be honest. Women are much more smarter and capable than men when it comes to
don't do as K-Mega
delicate
does,
things.
Right?
Yes. Men grill, women get in that kitchen. It is a beautiful thing. Harmony.
All right.
It's not being sexist.
But anyways, all right.
Yeah, somebody's gonna take that.
Yep.
Sexist. He thinks women should be in the kitchen. Don't get pregnant. Oh my God. That's not what I was saying. But anyway, go ahead.
That's not what I was saying, but okay. But yeah, man. I honestly, I've kind of been that firm believer of like, if it runs at a good frame rate, it runs at a 30 FPS, whatever. If it does dip, I mean, it dips. Like, I mean, games are gonna dip. I mean, it's if I notice it, then I will complain about it. But some games I can't even notice that stuff. If it dips down. Do I prefer to play it at 60? Absolutely. Like it's just the game looks smoother. That way. I've played games at 120 frames per second. I've played on PC before. And it looks good. It looks really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I get where Viper's coming from, where going back to that is a struggle. I get that. For me, it's never been like that. If it's a good game, I'm gonna play it. Regardless of it being at 30 or 60 or whatever frame rate it's at. Unless it comes out completely stuttering like a freaking like just chugging along, then yeah, definitely deserves the backlash and the smoke that those type of games deserve. Yeah, it's just I personally don't feel like I don't listen to most of those. I watch them. Yes, I'll watch people like that. I'll watch people and stuff, but I don't listen. I don't sit there and take that stuff to heart. I don't take any of these people on YouTube or anything like that to heart. Because I mean, most of these people aren't insiders. Most of these people aren't, like they're just gamers, just like us, right? Like they're not. Yes, they may have some connections here and there. They may have some, people that they know or whatever. But they're not developers. They're not the ones that are going out there making games. They're promoting the games. They're just talking about it on their YouTube channel. And it's ridiculous. I see where a lot of PC gamers come from though, because if you're a PC and you're used to that, and all of a sudden you go to a game and it's running at 30 FPS, and you can't and you can't handle it, then don't play the game.
No,
don't play it.
Like I've said,
but I see a lot of
I'm playing games and I'm like, damn, I got the pinky up on the controller. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah,
like I was playing Returnal and Spider-Man, and this game, as you see right here, Dark Tide. I probably will not play Dark Tide, Warhammer Dark Tide on console.
Dark Tide.
I'm just like, there is no way that I'm going to get the same type of experience with the games playing on PC like I am. And I know that from me playing Spider-Man, Miles Morales and regular Spider-Man on my PlayStation 4. And baby, you right there. I know. I'll turn you on here in a little bit. But
you should just sell that thing.
I'm not selling my PlayStation 4. I need something.
I thought you were talking about your Xbox. Yeah, you should keep the PlayStation, sell the Xbox for sure. Just get rid of it. Don't even. There's no reason.
I'm reaching for the phone right now with the force. Just to choke you out.
So, anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
But I know who came at you a couple days ago, Mr. Alex out there.
Shout out to Alex out there.
Went at you.
A shout out, and then
he came at you. But this is the same man who's played Switch games at 30 FPS. So he has no right to talk about games like they were running at 30 FPS at all. Because I know that man. I know that man has played Switch games. I know he has.
Yes,
I know that.
Call him out too. I was gonna call him out too, but I was waiting until K-Maker said something.
Yeah, I get it though. Like your PC guy, you gotta represent the PC. I get that. You gotta roll with the punches, and he's doing his thing. Shout out to him. He's doing his stuff. But I personally am not gonna alienate myself from a game just because it's running at 30 FPS. If it's running at 30 FPS and it's dipping to like 12 frames per second and it's stuttering, then yes, that is, to me, that's broken. To me, that is a broken game. The Jedi Survivor, switching it to 30 actually was its saving grace, right? Because the 60 FPS, when they do those performance and quality mode, it's probably smart. That's probably one of the smartest things they could do, is because if the 60 doesn't work very well, I can still play it on the 30,
Absolutely.
Even though I wouldn't prefer to play it on 30. I would prefer to play it at 60. Of course, I mean, it's the same thing with Zelda. I would prefer to play it at 60. That would be amazing, but I'm not going to just be like, oh, it's playing at 30. I'm not going to play it, but that's not my gripe with the game. That's never, like, frame rates have never been a gripe with the game. Or even, resolution's never been a gripe for me with a game. When it comes to AI and stuff like that, that's when I'm like, okay, like back in the day, what Medal of Honor, the remake that they did back in the day, the good game, not a great game, but a good game, but it had those AI issues, and that's where you gotta kind of I think everybody's interpretation of a broken game is different. I think people have a different interpretation than other people. Like to me, a broken game is when it's chugging. If it's AI isn't very good, it has boring missions, it has not even graphics. Like, I don't even care about that stuff. If it has boring gameplay, that kind of stuff, I'm out. Like, I'm just like, nope, not gonna do it. But if a game runs well, if the game runs decent enough, and then it also has a great story, has a great gameplay, that's all that matters, really. I mean, gameplay and story for me is top. Probably story is a little bit above gameplay, just because I'm a filmmaker, so I love stories. So but yeah, I don't try to for me, I try not to get into that stuff. Even on Twitter, like, I see people, oh, well, why is this game 30 FPS? Why is this game I don't get into that. I don't say anything about that stuff. I don't try. I really, the only time we ever talk about it is when you guys bring it up on the damn podcast and drive me nuts with it. With getting 30 FPS and the 60 FPS and all that stuff. It drives me nuts, man, sometimes, because I'm like sitting there like, what is it? It doesn't. I mean, I understand, like, if you're coming from a standpoint of, like, you're so used to games being at a higher frame rate. Yeah, it's
PC
understandable.
Right.
It's understandable.
Dark, this is the first Nintendo first-party game on Switch that has been 30 FPS. Every single first-party game from Nintendo on the Switch has always been 60. Tears of the Kingdom is the first 30. And yet they're still charging $70.
Well, I mean, because they can. Let me make this point right here, because
the game has those elements of it that just make it. I think from what I've played of it, it's hitting that $70 mark because of the way that the game is played. I mean, even Breath of the Wild wasn't even at 60. It didn't run at a 60.
It didn't run at 60. No,
it didn't.
I do want to touch on this really quick. I changed the gameplay up because Yobi brought up something. No, Yobi, I'm going to show this, right? He said, no. Yobi brought this up. He said, K-Mega, he said, except for that fighting game me and Mega was playing. Optimized, super shitty, but it was fun as hell. I recorded that gameplay that me and Yobi had because we were having a blast. We played 4 to 5 hours of this game until 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. It was way late.
Any game is fun with friends.
Right, but the game was awful. It was optimized awful. I'm showing this gameplay right now. And what's crazy is what a lot of people don't understand. This is a Square Enix fighter. Square Enix makes fantastic fighters. They make excellent fighters. You guys probably never seen this fighter ever, but this game is called Million Author Arcana Blood. It is a absolute fantastic fighter. It's so fun. But when you try to play it online, this is what you get. And it is awful. But me is having so much fun, and you can see how bad the game is playing. But we just couldn't stop because we was having a blast. That's what gamers do. Not saying that it's right, not saying that it is that we should brag about that. The point of the matter is that there are so many people out here that will look over nuances with other games if they like them. The biggest problem is that if we're going to fix that issue, we have to address it on every game, on every level. We can't just sit here and hold our tongue or put our head in the sand well, this is a fighter. A lot of people don't play fighters. Oh, well, this game is an indie. Well, no, I don't play indies. Well, here's Zelda, but I mean, it's a legacy title. We have to show it just respect. Well, Star Wars, it is flawed, but damn, I really enjoy it. If we get into that, then nothing makes sense when you come out here and try to tell people that their standards are below, their standards are below because of the fact that they like games that you don't. That's the biggest problem, and we got to fix that all across the board. Yeah, you see how this game is chugging. Yeah, you see how this game is chugging. But man, we couldn't stop. I'm like, bro, are you having a season? I'm having the same issue. But we are just having a blast because this is the first time that he ever experienced this game because I've been talking about it for months. I've been talking about this game about like a year. And then Yobi finally got a chance to come in and play with me. And then he's like, this shit is fire. I'm like, man, this game is so good. But optimization-wise online, it's just trash.
If you're having fun with the game, who gives a crap if other people don't like it? You know, like who gives it?
Right.
No one should care about, like I'm messing with you guys about Redfall, but if you guys are enjoying it, go play it, enjoy it, have fun. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Well,
don't let anybody dampen your happiness at all.
That's the problem. There's people that do want me to feel a certain way because they feel a certain way.
Yeah.
I will never succumb to the throat needle on your thoughts. I don't care about your thoughts on that level. We can have a discussion and I will appreciate your standpoint on that. But when you come telling me Halo 5 is trash, oh my goodness, I can't. I'm over here tripping.
I mean, Halo 5 is trash, but
shut your goddamn mouth, or you'll never come on the show again.
So here's the thing: when they say that Crackdown 3
Edge.
was
I was going to be the
trash.
next game. I was going to say, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh well, then they say Crackdown 3 was trash, but the campaign was fire.
Campaign was fire.
How can they exactly? And how could you score it so low and say that the game was trash when the campaign was fantastic. Yeah, the multiplayer sucked. The multiplayer sucked because it wasn't working properly. But then when you and I and some other people got in there, K-Mega, didn't we have fun playing the multiplayer?
We had a blast. That's why I was trying to tell people that the game is not what they promised, but the game is still fun if you get a chance to play it online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out how everybody is saying, "Oh, Redfall is trash. Redfall is trash," but people are having fun. People are having fun. What's going on?
Yeah,
because most people, because you know what it is. It's majority of people who haven't played it are going by people who have played it and didn't like it. People like me that didn't like it. They're going by that, and they're not really, you know, playing the game. You know, they're not playing the game at all. So they're just going by what other people are saying, basically.
And that's the problem that we need to fix in all of this gaming community, is that everybody needs to figure out for themselves what is going to be their experience. And then once they figure out their experience, then they can go ahead and say,
but
hey, this is what I like about this is what I like about it, and this is what I don't like about it.
Reviewers has lost that, though. After the great Adam Sessler, regardless of what you think about the man now, from when he, you know what I'm saying, like I accept everything that the man says politically. Now, I do feel that Adam is psychologically kind of damaged because of just whatever. But, you know, like politically, I agree with him on a lot of his things, what he says, but that still isn't the place to
That's why he's damaged. Let me stop. Let me stop.
No, I mean, that's fine. You know, me and Don go back and forth about politics all the time. Like, Don is right wing, I'm left wing, but regardless, but I love Don with everything. You know what I'm saying? Don is a really good guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Don is someone I could trust. Even when me and Don don't see eye to eye on things, or me and Xbot don't see eye to eye on things, or if me and Ham Solo, I mean, I'm putting Ham Solo in that same, because I shouldn't, but I do, as somebody, you as well, Dark.
That's surprising. I'm surprised.
I shouldn't.
You definitely should not.
I shouldn't. I just let pray.
You might
just
want
tell
to take
me
a
that
bath
you can't trust him.
after this podcast. Just for that.
I'm taking a big bath, because I feel really gross for saying all this nice thing. But no, honestly though, the thing for me is that when you have people tell you that your gaming experience is lesser than theirs, for me, I look at them as a piece of shit. You mean nothing to me at that point. I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to hear from you. Anything you got to say is mute, whatever. Dog shit. Let's just put it like that. You have no standing with me. No standing with me whatsoever. Because I don't ever I do not ever tell anybody that the games that they enjoy, like when All Day would come out and talk about Hearthstone, I don't have any desire to play Hearthstone. I tried it. I can't stand it. I have no desire in it. But then if I came out and I said, oh man, I couldn't tell you how many hours I put into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel of the Roses. I mean, thousands of hours as I put into Duel of the Roses. There's no question. I mean, I went crazy. Got every card that was in the PlayStation 2 for that game, right? A PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, because there was another game that came out for the PlayStation 2 that was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. But if you tell me that Bleeding Edge is trash, I'm supposed to bend the knee and accept that that the game is not fun for me? Oh. If somebody tells me Tekken is garbage, you think that I'm going to allow you to tell me that the game that I enjoy, that's one of my favorite franchises of all time, is trash? Or if you tell me Halo 5 #SaveLock is a bad game and it should have never been made, you think you're going to come on this podcast with me being the host You rather me be dead, and I probably will come from the dead and cuss your ass out for talking slander about the great mighty Halo 5. I don't understand this, because the one thing that I said to them that I'll say on this podcast as well, what you eat don't make me shit. And if you showed me every game that you've played throughout your lifetime, you will get cooked, because there will be people that will tell you that that game was not up to standard. It was not good. Why are you promoting it? Why did you like it? We all play games to enjoy them, not for the clout chasing that we see into gaming content as we see it right now. It's trash. So,
well, that's why I always say that social media has really put a damper on our society, you know, because of the fact that, you know, people are just like, well, this is trash, and it's like, well, I like this stuff, you know. It's like but me personally, I don't let people, you know, dictate what I play or dictate what I do in my free time, you know, at all. And I understand that there might be people out there that do, and you shouldn't allow anybody to do that to you, because they're just doing it just to get a rise out of you. They don't
just nerds that was not liked by a lot of people, and they found a medium to where they can jump out and talk. Trust me, I'm a jock. I'm a gamer that's a jock. I'm an oddity. I love politics. I love sports. I love gaming. There's not too many people in the world like me. As a jock that played college ball, that played semi-pro football, that played high school football at a very high level. You know what I'm saying? Semi-pro football. I was never a pro in any sport. But as a jock, bro, when they tried to come in me and initiate me,
blasphemy.
Yeah, when they came at me trying to initiate me because I talked about Eternal Champions to another classmate, and they tried to put hands on me. They forgot that I could bench 325 pounds. And then when I put them hands on their ass as a defensive lineman, as a linebacker, and I played as offensive lineman, I played as all different types of, you know what I'm saying, whatever, but, you know, different positions in the field. They come to realize, oh shit, we can't beat this dude up like that, because he's not only a nerd, but he's mean. So it's like, but a lot of these people that come out here to get aggressive and talk tough and do all this yakety yak, they were nerds that got ran from school because they probably was having an anime shirt on talking about something from Dragon Ball Z or from maybe, you know what I'm saying, Gym or some shit. And then now they get on here because they get a lot of clout from other nerds. Stop it. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. You will never make me submit any game that I love because of your standard. You go take that shit and go send that right back to where you came from. It never happened. Never happened.
What's funny about that? Yeah. What's funny about that is that most of the people that I knew in high school that were jocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I was kind of one of those people that just like, I was kind of a chameleon. I kind of just blended in, and you know, I talk to pretty much everybody. I'm a talkative person, as you can obviously see.
Obviously, we all do, especially me.
Yeah. You know, most of them now they're playing freaking video games, man. You know, they got kids, they got a wife. Their fun time is playing a video game. You know, so like it's just like you know, and some of those guys, I even got them into video games. They were like, "What is this?" You know, you know, and I was like, "Hey, man, you ever want to get into it? Let me know." You know, and you know, they'd be like, "What is this Halo?" You know, and I'd be like, "Dude, Halo's freaking awesome." You know, like after school, I'd be like, "Hey, let's get you get a console, you get your console. Let's hook them all up together and let's play Halo." You know,
LAN party was the craziest situation.
Bro, we had so much fun doing that back in the
blew my mind.
So much fun back in the day doing that. And those people have really changed their mind on games and things like that. So I mean, you just I think some of these nerds just we call them nerds, but they're just like us because we're nerdy too.
Yeah, we're nerds. I mean, I will never take that away. Right? Like, I mean, we're all nerds, and we're just big kids. That's all we are. And like my grandfather would always say, it's like you better take your big ass outside. Well, I wasn't big at that time, but when I got bigger, he was like, you better take your big ass outside to go play something. I'm like, I just came from practice, Papa. Like, I don't know why you playing them stupid electronic boxes. He didn't understand it, but I was always into comic books and all that type of stuff. So when I did see kids in the 90s, in the 80s, late 80s and 90s, well, I mean, I'm a 70s baby, but I mean, in the 80s and 90s, I always stood up for them because I felt them on the situation. And did I fight sometimes for somebody that I didn't know? Absolutely. I didn't? No. I mean, absolutely. I didn't stand because I'm like, damn, I'm not in the mood to be fighting for somebody because you need to learn to fight for yourself. But what makes me disappointed is when these guys act so tough and they get so personal and they try to get so cute with their...
I'll come to your house and find you.
You are just beneath me because you got more subs doesn't mean that you ain't gonna get these hands put on your big ass motherfucking lip ass. Don't do that. Don't act like you are that guy. Just explain to me why you feel the way that you are and then just let it go. All I care about is, I don't mind the debate or the confrontation if somebody doesn't like what I have to say. But when you get personal, and I've got a lot of restraint because I look at this for what it is. But sometimes when you try to demean people, even if it's not me, I'm looking at this as like, what if that person takes that literally? And then when this person got minions, which is absolutely sad, that goes after these people for having their opinions about whatever game or movie or entertainment that they enjoy, and they get attacked. It's kind of like, to me, like it's a new form of bullying, and these people, because of the fact that they've been bullied or they've been mistreated or they can't act or they can never be the real one like they can be out here on the internet.
Right.
It seems to me is that like they thrive on that energy and it should be exposed. But again, there's so many ass kissers out here because they want to get the views. They want this and they want that. And to me, I've never been a person that needs that in order for my channel to thrive, or for some people maybe think like, well, Mega, you've been doing this for so long, you ain't did it like that. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just not going to kiss anybody's ass in order for me to get my channel to a different level or see people get mistreated because of the games that they play. If like Dark, you've been here. I mean, you've seen it.
Yeah.
If somebody comes after you, an Xbox guy or somebody comes out, I'm like, oh, no, this dude cool. This dude plays games. He might play more games than you. Chill out.
Yeah,
like
this week.
Like, chill out. This week, yeah, man. Yeah. This dude is streaming a lot of heat, and he's beating me in games being played right now than I am. So I know that he might be playing more games than you. So I'm all about just.
I'm actually playing less games this year than I did last year. Well, but a lot of the games that have come out have been so good that I just want to live in them, you know.
But anyway,
I say that you're focusing more on the games because of your streams than actually, trying to, this is how many games I play. You're just focusing on it for the stream and for content.
Right. Okay, so let's move on. We're almost at the end of the show. I'm gonna try to see if I can get that fourth topic in, but we have to talk about this, and I'm gonna go to Ham Solo on this one next. I said I was gonna hit to you, Dark, but you was a little long, and I was long with you, so whatever. We'll go to Ham Solo. Ham Solo is better than you.
All right.
Anyway, let me stop that.
Yeah, that was pause. Okay.
Pause.
We don't need no pony comments.
Anyway, no, because this is about Xbox. All right, so I did kind of address this in a video, but I really didn't have time because I really wanted to talk about this more and hear other people get into this discussion about it. I talked about it on Ham Solo's podcast last Friday. But Ham, do you feel Xbox as a brand is in trouble right now because of the Redfall situation? And if you do, what are the solutions, if any, going forward? Because I don't know, man. I've been doing this for a while, and I know that there's been doom and gloom. There's been this situation. You know, I've said that it's every 8 to 10 months, and then the ass kissing comes back, and they want to sit on Phil's lap after his event. But something seems a little different on this one. Like there are like Ryan McCaffrey is extra. Like he was extra last gen, but he is extra now. I'm seeing other people that I've listened to and really go out all because of just one game, but they kind of give this indication that Xbox is just not going to compete in any or even show up to the party. Do you feel that way, or is there something off about the way that some content creators are and other in the media is just coming at this situation with what Phil said?
I just think they're fed up, which is fair in some aspects. Absolutely. The feelings being valid versus Xbox being doomed is two totally different things. I can totally see why somebody would be like, man, damn it. Like, I mean, I've even said it on this podcast before. It's just like, man, every time you do one thing good, you take 2 steps back. I mean, we've seen that with 2021, and then 2022 was the drought. And then you know, Hi-Fi Rush comes out, and then now it's this, or you know, Forza comes out, and then Halo, and then we didn't realize how bad Halo was until like 6 months later. Really, like if we're being real about it, we were all like thinking, you know, this is all right. You know, February, March, April. Where's the new season? What's going on here? You guys said there's going to be a roadmap, and now how you delay a roadmap? So like I get it. Where it's just like they show a like a flare of dope, and then it just like kind of gets sucked into the black hole of negativity with the next kind of project or whatever. I totally understand why somebody would be frustrated. Hell, I'm frustrated. I was frustrated with the way Redfall came out. I don't like giving my favorite platform a 6 out of 10 for their game. I don't like doing that. But it's just the fact of the matter that it is. Do I think they're gonna fold or anything like that, or do I think Phil should be fired, or do I think like anything drastic needs to happen? No, not yet. Because if anybody actually paid attention to the interview instead of being all up in their feelings when they hear one thing wrong and kind of ignoring everything else that was kind of said within the interview, like, Phil was frustrated, rightfully so. Was he thinking that there is no future? He didn't sound like that to me. He sounded like somebody that has to deal with the situation that they're in right now until they can figure out a way over the hump. And the way that he kind of talked about Starfield being, oh well, we kind of left this, you know. Yeah, I used did we have this podcast last week? We didn't, did we?
No.
So I used this analogy on other shows that I did last week, and it was that Redfall pretty much was like, you know, it was like the baby crying in the water. You know what I'm saying? It was the baby crying in the water while the mama was holding up Starfield. Mama Xbox was holding up Starfield saying, yo, we're taking care of you, while Redfall's over here drowning. Phil even said that in the interview, yo. He said, yo, we have way too many people that are good at Unreal Engine to have let this happen. This is ridiculous. So he acknowledged that, yo, we probably should have been on it, but we didn't know it was as bad as it was. And we kind of let Bethesda kind of do their thing, which, in all honesty, Phil, you just admitted bad management. You did. But he ate that at the same time. So are you going to be mad that the person is acknowledging? I mean, he could have went on the show kind of funny and act like nothing happened. I mean, many companies come up after something terrible that they did, and they just sit on it like nothing happened and smile at the camera. Many companies do that all the time. So now we're salty that somebody actually came up there and said, yo, I messed up. I really did. I thought they were cool. You know, we gave them the extra year and I thought it was exactly what they needed, but it wasn't. He stood on it. And then he said, but by the way, we have a ton of people working on Starfield and we ain't trying to miss that.
Right.
Now, if he says all that he said about Starfield and Starfield comes out and it's like Redfall, then we got some issues. Then we have some issues. Then we got people really looking. Like Bethesda's going to... See, the issue here is people are going to look for the first bug in a Bethesda game and say, oh, there goes Xbox quality right there. They're going to look for the very first bug that they can find. And they're going to exploit it, not knowing that Bethesda
is known.
You can't erase all the bugs in a Bethesda game because it's just ridiculous. The size of those games are ridiculous. Now, not to say that you shouldn't report or be a little frustrated about it if it's something that stops your progress with it. Absolutely, be pissed about that. But what happened with Redfall was like uncalled for, flat out. And if Starfield rolls out like Redfall, then I'm looking like, yo, what's going on? Another thing Phil Spencer said within the interview, I can finally see over the hill with the quarterly games possibly coming out the way that I want to. We're finally out of this stupid pandemic that I don't really want to talk about or give any more excuses for. We're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel is pretty much what he said. Yo, he mentioned Starfield, Forza, and Hellblade. And then said, yo, we do have a showcase coming up, and I don't want to harp too much on the showcase because I know a lot of people are used to us saying, wait till the next showcase. He took a note out of Jim Ryan's book and said, you're just going to have to play it and see.
Love it. I love it. Talk.
And to me, I'm just sitting back like, how did Ryan McCaffrey and all these people miss this? Like, they're like, I understand that you're looking at a guy that seems defeated, but he literally just said, yo, this is unexcusable and I get it. And this ain't going to be happening with these upcoming titles. I don't know where all these people missed it. I think they're just so frustrated with the last generation mixed with the beginning of this hit and miss generation. I get that.
And also the CMA. There's a lot of people that's really frustrated with the CMA.
And I tell you what, K-Mega, you're nailing it right now because the whole CMA thing happened right before Redfall came out.
Right.
And then once Redfall came out, not only did it feel like they got stabbed by the CMA, it felt like somebody came in and kicked the knife in even further with Redfall. And it was just like, oh my goodness, I was bleeding internally, but now I can see the knife on the other side of my back. Like I can see that I am dying. This hurts. This really hurts. So I mean,
he said, it's over. Damn, Titans. Oh my god.
So like some people really took that personal, but like I'm over here like maybe I'm overly nice or positive with it sometimes, and yeah, sometimes I am. I'll admit to that. But the real issue to me is the game that's supposed to be, whether you want to call it a console seller, a subscription seller, an ecosystem, seller, whatever, was not Redfall. It never was. Look at what game they're putting on the boxes for Xbox when they sell it. It's not Redfall.
Talk to him, preach.
It is Starfield. Starfield's supposed to be that game. Forza's supposed to be that game. And Xbox is hoping Hellblade can become that game. So, and that's just games that we can rattle off the top of my head. That has nothing to do with third-party deals like Stalker or the Pinocchio game, Liza P.
Oh yeah.
Or any of these other dope games that are supposed to come out. And that also has nothing to do with games like Contraband, State of Decay, Perfect Dark, Avowed. Who knows, the Fable, Avowed. There is a ton of things. And then on top of all that, too, he said that they're going to possibly be announcing games that we haven't even heard of yet. So, like, anybody saying Xbox is trending down needs to slow down. Because, Phil said it, people keep complaining about it, but it's like they refuse to put on their glasses when they know they ain't got that vision. Yo, they're not playing this game the same way Nintendo is or Sony is. When God of War came out, there was not a line out the door like there was for Zelda, because digital means a lot more to the PlayStation and Xbox ecosystem than it does something like Nintendo. So you're not going to beat Nintendo with physical compared to Sony or Xbox. They play it differently. PlayStation plays it differently. They put a lot of stock into selling games and consoles. They do it. Xbox is like, yo, I'm not going to hop in the ring with these people that are not going the same direction as me. I'm driving west. Nintendo's driving north. PlayStation's driving east. Yes, we're all driving cars, but our destinations are very different. That's really all I got to say about it, bro.
Bro, you preached all the gospel. Viper, please, you know what I'm saying? Come with the same type of heat that Ham did, because I mean, for anybody to question what Ham said as flawed or an issue, this is what I'm talking about. And the sad thing about it isn't the stands, because the stands will be the stands. It will be Xbox gamers that will come in Ham and tell him that where he is wrong. And nothing that man said in his statements was false. It was all actual 100%. Follow that, please, because I know that you feeling exactly everything that Ham said. And I know that you're going to add your own piece to it. What do you think about this situation about Xbox being in trouble? And it just seems like they're completely on the ropes and there is no chance for them succeeding going forward, especially after Phil Spencer's interview with Kinda Funny.
Ham Solo, you're wrong. Xbox should pack it up.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get off my picture's going off right here. I'm gonna play some goddamn Diablo. I ain't even got no time for y'all suckers tonight. Is that what we going tonight? Is that what we going?
No, my God. I'm playing. So, all right. I agree with 100% what Ham was saying. Everything that he was saying. Here's the thing.
I'm gonna be real messy right now.
Let's go.
Ryan,
I want some spice because when I get done, ooh, let's go.
Ryan McCaffrey, he is no Xbox guy.
Let's talk about it.
He is a freaking pony in disguise.
Well, I wouldn't go that. I wouldn't say he was a pony.
He is. He
I
is.
ain't gonna say he's a
I ain't gonna
pony
say
or
that
a
either.
stan.
No, he is, because
He's
the thing
not a
is,
stan. Come
everybody
on,
at IGN is all for PlayStation, and the only reason why they even cover Xbox is so they can act like they're fair and balanced, like your buddies at Fox News.
Yeah, he took it political. I like it.
So,
Get nasty.
Listen, we not gonna go. We're not gonna be disingenuous when it comes to the plastic boxes that we rock out with. Okay, so if these people cannot listen to that interview from Phil Spencer and listen and comprehend, that's the thing. You need to listen, read between the lines, and comprehend what is being said. What they want to do is take little snippets here and there. They want to basically let the thing run with their narrative. They don't care what Phil Spencer says. Phil Spencer was telling the truth. So when he specifically said they're not going to out-console Sony and out-console Nintendo, they're saying, what Phil Spencer is saying is that doing it the traditional way is not going to work. The mind share for Sony and Nintendo are already there. Microsoft has a tough hill to climb, so they're going to do it a different way. The different way is through Game Pass. Different way is through cloud, through PC, play anywhere. Those are the initiatives that they've got that is going to get Xbox into everyone's hands. Doing it the traditional console way is not going to work. And with the digital library that we now have, you can carry all of your games with you everywhere. That's what people want. And in addition to that, when he said that the generation that they lost, which was the worst generation to lose, which was the Xbox One, PS4 generation, that's where the digital library started. Technically, it started in the 360 PS3 generation, but it really went full blast during the Xbox One, PS4 generation. And they lost that. And so now, in terms of trying to gain back the people that they lost originally, that's probably not going to happen as fast as people want it to. He is being realistic. He is not trying to sugarcoat anything. And everybody thinks that Phil is throwing in the towel, that Xbox is doomed, that they're going to pack it up. If they were going to pack it up, if they were doomed, then they wouldn't try to spend $69.7 billion on Activision Blizzard. It's not, this is not a company that is just going to sit down and roll over just because Sony is doing these underhanded deals in the background to stop Microsoft from stop Xbox from being Xbox. That's specifically what Phil Spencer said. They're doing these deals to make it difficult for Xbox to be Xbox. So for anybody to say, fire Phil, this is the man that saved the Xbox. He went to Satya Nadella and convinced him to save Xbox. If he didn't do it, we wouldn't even be on this podcast now. There would be no Xbox. So for anybody to state that, oh, you need to fire Phil, he's doing a terrible job, I'd like to see them try it. I'd like to see them get into his shoes and try to do his job. I don't think anybody has a right to say anything about the type of job that he's been doing. Now, to go even further, let's talk about the debacle that was Redfall. So yes, he admitted that they didn't put enough attention or enough people to work on the game. He even mentioned the Coalition and Rare was working on Starfield. Why didn't you bring somebody in from the ATG group to work on Redfall? Was it not that much? Yeah, but it was too late.
Yeah, like you said, it was too late. It was too late. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have started last fall.
I think. Well, yeah, true, but I think, and I talked this with other people, even other devs other than Don and other people as well. And they agree with me. And I want to see if you guys agree with me on this one. I think Phil is such a cool guy. And I know that we have all had no. I think we've all had friends or people that we've associated with that we just don't want to disappoint. You know, because they're just so cool. They don't get out of pocket. They don't. Mm-hmm. They show you the respect that you deserve. They don't. You guys follow what I'm saying? Like, I think everybody on this panel and everybody that's listening knows that type of person that you just like, damn, I know I gotta tell him or her this, but they're just such a cool person. I can't do it.
Yeah, I know him. I know him. Yeah. He's me.
Okay. right. So I mean, that's I know plenty of people that. Well, no, like you know what I'm saying. Not to get too deep into the weeds, but
I'm gonna show you my face.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I not to get too deep in the weeds, but I knew a homeboy, right? You know, it's a quick story. I knew a homeboy, really cool dude. Like, just the salt of the earth. Like this dude don't do anybody wrong.
Right.
And then I seen this girl with another homie.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh. And when I tell the other homies, they're like, man, you gotta tell him. I'm like, bro, he is such a good dude. If I tell him, like, man, he talking about marriage, he's all in. She out here doing the most. This other dude is scandalous. I should have told him about dude, but I didn't know it was like that. What do I do? What do you do?
The thing is, the truth has to be told.
Yeah, no, not every time, because you don't know what the reaction will have.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. No matter if you get a negative reaction or not, bro, you have to tell them, man. Honestly, personally, for me, I would rather know than not know.
Right. And that's what's going to conclude my story.
And that's just how I feel with other people.
Let
me conclude my story and then get back to you, Viper. I didn't say anything because I did not want to disappoint this guy because he's such a good guy. And you know what he told me is what Dark told me and what Viper just told me. Bro, you could have told me. You knew. And I'm like, bro, you such a good dude, man. I didn't want no drama, no funk to happen out of this. I just stayed out of it. But he said, if you my friend, you should have told me. And I'm like, we are. To this day, that dude never forgave me and we ain't friends today. And I get it. And I think that's what Phil, I think that's what these people give to Phil is that same type of treatment. It's like, same with 343 and also with Redfall. They lie to him and tell him that it's good because he is a good guy. And he is, and he wants the best for Xbox, and these people do too. But they're willing to lie, and I think that now the whole psyche has got to change because now he is in the same situation as the homeboy that I had back in 96. That sit there, that I still never will forget because the look on his face, like, bro, we supposed to be homies. You couldn't tell him. You couldn't tell me. And that's how I feel like Phil feels right now. But go ahead, Viper.
I think Phil is feeling really pissed off right now.
Yeah.
And the thing is that betrayed. You know what? It's not his fault. Right. I'll tell you whose fault it truly is. It's Pete Hines. Pete Hines is in charge of Bethesda. And isn't Bethesda still operating independently from Xbox? They may be getting they may be getting Microsoft money, but they're working independently from Xbox. So Pete Hines is the one that should be falling on that sword, not Phil Spencer. And Pete Hines is the one that should be in trouble at this point, because he's supposed to be in charge of all of Bethesda's studios. Just like Matt Booty's in charge of Xbox Game Studios, Pete Hines is in charge of Bethesda. So who's supposed to be the one that's supposed to get in trouble? Everybody's talking about, it's Matt Booty's fault. It's Phil Spencer's fault. No. Pete Hines is at fault.
But bro, in reality, it's just like with everything else. The coach, the general manager, whoever's that's the person that you can go after first is the one that's going to be held responsible, and that's the person that usually people want to look for to go after the chopping block.
Okay, so, and I understand that the buck stops with Phil Spencer.
You're right. Bethesda, Peter Hines, they should, Matt Booty, whoever, they should be put to. I said this a couple of weeks ago, and I think that Ham Solo disagreed with me on this, because I said Xbox should get 40%, and I think that Arcane and ZeniMax should get 60% of the blame, because they're the ones that's making the goddamn game, and then they lied to Microsoft saying that the game was ready to go. But that's just not how the
I'll actually hold that L right there real quick, because because I had thought that it was all of Xbox that was looking over it, and it wasn't like separated like that. So so sure.
See, because this is how things are. This is how they're structured. This is how they're structured. You've got Xbox Game Studios, which is Matt Booty is in charge of all of those. You've got ZeniMax, which is all of Bethesda, and Pete Hines is in charge of that. If the Activision Blizzard acquisition goes through, Phil Spencer's in charge of Activision Blizzard. So the thing is, that's how their structure is starting to work out. And the thing is, they're still going to be separate. You're still going to have Bethesda separate from Xbox Game Studios, separate from Activision Blizzard. So they need to fix that. And and even if you have heads at each one of them, you still need to have those heads communicate with the person that's on top, which is still Phil Spencer.
Right.
And when go ahead.
Well, no, Phil, I agree with you, Viper, but at the end of the day, what everybody else will say, and I'm going to say it as well, even though I'm going to say Phil has to get these people out there to make sure that this shit is on lock. It's just
that's true.
That is the overall underlying message to this situation with the failure of the launch of Redfall. Period.
So let's go back till the showcase last year. Yes. Just before the showcase occurred last year, what did they say? They said that we're delaying Starfield and we're delaying Redfield. At that moment, that was Phil's responsibility to send out the ATG to help out with Starfield. Well, which they were already helping out with Starfield, but they needed to help out with Redfall and make sure that the stuff goes through without a hitch. And the thing is, they failed at that. And this was way before the fall, which he was stating we should have brought them in November in the fall. No, you need to bring them out when you heard about that delay back in, what was it, May or June? That's when they should have sent them out there, because then we would have had these games.
But if Phil didn't know how, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to defend Phil on this, because Phil does, and he took the L, he took the responsibility. But when you are the head of something and you trust the people underneath you to give you the advice in order to make the right changes, then it comes to a point that where you have to now look, and I think Phil now realizes that I can no longer be nice Phil. I have
of course
to be,
he can't.
I got to be that dog now, and I got to get dogs on my team to make sure that this shit will not ever happen again with Redfall. Yeah, we might come out, with what's the game? What's the big game coming out here? Starfield, and it might not be it might not be the Halo of the generation. It may not be the Skyrim or the Zelda or the Mario of the generation. But you know what you will not say about this game? This game is broken like Redfall.
And I hope
that's
not.
all. Well, no. This is why when you listen to what you just said, I hope not. I have full confidence in Phil Spencer to know that will not happen. I've talked to the man. I've spoken with him personally. When I sit there and listen, now there's other people that I know that knows him way deeper and has much more extent relationships with this man than I did. But right off the bat, for the times that I've spoke with him or the times that I've talked to other people that spoke with him that I trust 100%, Phil ain't no punk, and Phil is definitely not soft. Phil is all about competition. Phil has to play his position because he knows how the gaming media and everything else outlooks Microsoft. And they put Microsoft because in all reality, Microsoft is that big of a juggernaut that scares people to hate them. And the old way that Microsoft was is that I don't give a damn if you fear me. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to take over this shit. And you're going to like it because I can do that. Xbox is trying to take another approach from that direction. And instead, and what has happened, which I think is really crazy, but it is just what it is that if Xbox was the same way that they were back in the early 2000s when a lot of people hated Microsoft, I think a lot of people would praise Microsoft a hell of a lot better if they still had that ideology of them being the dog that they were back then. But they just don't do that because they're trying to be, we know we're a really big country. Really big company. And we have a lot of clout and a lot of power to move a lot of things. So we're going to try to just be as cool as possible. And we're not trying to move mountains. We're just trying to make things benefit our company as well as you. And the reverse has happened where people just look at how our politics is. People don't give a damn about niceness. People talking bad about women or about people of color and all that other shit. They like a person coming out here talking that good shit, being messy. It is really crazy, but it is what it is. But Microsoft can't just do that, flip the switch. They've already made the thing, and Phil Spencer is very competitive, but he's also understanding of how the game is played, and he's going to play it the best to his ability. And I just think that, like you said, is that there's too many people that were all on board about Xbox. They aren't on board anymore, and there's a lot of fake play going forward. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. If you're what Phil said, you should break that down like anybody else with common sense would break that down to explain what he said. Even though in context it didn't sound right, you should break it down because what he was saying was the truth. Like Ham just broke down. It just doesn't make sense.
But wait a minute. Here's the thing that I never understood. Especially what Ryan McCaffrey said on Podcast Unlocked. He said that they're content with being in third place. Where the hell did he get that?
He never said that. Yeah.
No, exactly. So why the hell would he? Why would Brian McCaffrey say some bullshit like that?
Right.
That
Because
they're content to stay in third place. Exactly.
He's lost. He's lost. I don't know the man. I've never talked to him personally, but he's fallen into what most of the listen. Me and Don had this conversation a million times. The gaming media, and I seen this personally when I was at E3 for the couple of years that I was out there. They hate content creators. They hate us. They hate us. They do not like us. Because you know why they don't like us? It's because we have taken the easiest path to them to get to our fandom. We didn't take the hard approach of going to college, getting our journalism degree and all this other stuff. So why the hell would I want some no name nomad come in here that has 120,000 subscribers say something about a particular game when I'm out here doing true journalism and they get more clout than I do, and I don't even get the money that they do because that person is getting all the goddamn money because they are self-employed. Do you understand how this game is being played now, and why the developers that I talk to don't feel that the IGNs and the GameSpots and all these other people are going to last very long because of the fact that and you see it more and more and more, they're sounding more like content creators than they are sounding like media.
Well, actually, let's go even further.
Sometimes even worse.
There's a video. I think there's a TikTok clip of IGN and how they score games. Did you see that one? Why they're always being scored a 7. They're always scoring a game a 7 because this is what they're claiming. We're not gonna score every single game, but we only score the ones that's actually critically acclaimed that everybody wants us to review. And so because it's good enough, and if we know that it's going to be good, we just give it a 7. There's going to be certain outliers, but most of the time, every single game that we score, we're going to give it a 7. They can't even do their proper job in terms of reviewing a game, and they only do what people want them to do instead of doing all the games.
When I knew that the game was full of bullshit, and then Dark, I know that you've been quiet, and I know this. So you'll send us out so we can be done. I just want to address this one point.
Honestly, man, you don't even have to go to.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So.
All right, so I know, so we can get out of here. But I do want to address this. I remember when I made a video back in 2017, 2018, talking about Persona 5 the Persona franchise was niche, and it was, and that Final Fantasy as a franchise was a much bigger, robust franchise over Persona. I did not lie about that. I was absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? When you got a franchise like Final Fantasy that's been around since the 80s, and it has millions upon millions upon millions of games sold through the Final Fantasy name. I got so much hate because of that. Because and it's kind of like the same thing when I was talking about the point about 30 frames per second. And they wanted to make it about Redfall because I'm an Xbox guy. They wanted to make that the discussion, which that is not what you're not going to bait me to fall into that. It's the same thing here, right? Overall. The media said, and I posted in that video years ago, where they said, I've never played a Final Fantasy game. I've never been interested in it. But the heads told me to play the game, and so when I played it, I thought it was okay, but I still didn't like it like that, so I just gave it a 7. I posted that in my video. I posted him admitting that in the video, and you know what the stands went ahead and said? oh, you hate Persona, you hate this, you hate that. And then the reality is when I said, you called Persona the penis demon game, you hate it. You hate Japanese games.
Because it is a penis demon game.
In fact, what you just exposed is that as you trying to be a defender of Japanese games, you don't play them. Because if you play Persona, you would have known that Madara was a penis demon that has been in Persona for ever since, I think, Persona 2? Oh my God. Maybe if you played the games, you wouldn't have the hate that you did. It goes back to this whole situation overall, is that when you have people like Ryan McCaffrey and others, which they have big voices, and I'm not trying to say Ryan McCaffrey seems like he's a cool guy. Like I said, I've never met him.
No, he's not.
I'm not gonna judge the man on his character because of his shit. But the thing to me is this: you understand.
He seems like a good guy that's just mad. Like he's just mad.
Well,
like that's how I look at it. It's like you're mad, you're tired of waiting, and I get it. And like you're outside of yourself. You're so angry.
I don't think
that's how.
Well, that's how you take it, and that's fine. But how I take it, because I've been following this guy, I've been watching Xbox Unlocked for many years.
Unlocked.
Yeah, the podcast. Yeah, Unlocked. The podcast Unlocked. For many years, and I have seen the change last gen. And when he became more interested in Tesla than his job, that's when I knew that he's half in, half out. He sees the writing on the wall where he wants to get into something different than what he's getting paid for. And then what the clicks are is that you have to be more interested in hating Xbox than it is about being standing up for Xbox or to being about Xbox. You know, the crazy thing about it is that, and let's be honest, 100% honest. I'm looking at the camera right now. What AAA PlayStation game is out that's got clout or that's got the esteem? What's out there since 2023?
I mean,
what's out
in
there?
2023?
That's a PlayStation game.
Yeah, that's a PlayStation game. You know what I'm saying? Exclusive or swap meet bought exclusive. What game from PlayStation right now is out from 2023 that's garnered any attention?
Well, Forspoken in the beginning, but
is it garnered the attention?
It garnered the attention of
some of these stands out here.
Not in a great way though. Right. So
okay, so what's out there?
It did garner some attention though.
Well, okay, but did it garner the attention?
It's like not the right attention.
Yeah, right. But again, did it garner the attention? PlayStation game. This is the rope-a-dope that PlayStation gamers give, and silly, just ignorant Xbox gamers. I'm calling you out. They fall for the rope-a-dope so easily. They're talking about Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16, you know this, Dark, comes out here in about about a month. Ain't nobody talking about that shit. You know what they're talking about? The potential of a remaster of Metal Gear Solid.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, and Bloodborne. And they're talking about Spider-Man. They've been talking about Spider-Man for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
They ain't even talking about Final Fantasy 16 no more.
But then when Spider-Man is on its almost leg of releasing, they won't talk about that either.
No, they'll still
talk about it.
No,
that's just what they do, though.
No,
they'll still talk about it.
And once Spider, because you know why they talk about Spider-Man? Because Spider-Man's going to be a hit. They know that that's a certain that's going to be a hit. That's going to sell. That's going to hit. They
so
ain't
you're saying
confident.
They don't think that what's it called? Final Fantasy is gonna hit.
You said this yourself, Dark, and you're a PlayStation guy. We seen the Square Enix reports. You said this yourself, brother. This is what, and you know what?
But what did I say?
Okay, let me quote your words. You said, "Listen, I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy 16. I can't wait to play it, but in between Diablo and
Street Fighter."
Well, he didn't even say Street Fighter. He said Diablo. I don't think that it's going to garner the attention.
Yeah, I did say that.
Said that.
Yep.
You said that.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
Again, and PlayStation Nation knows that. They know this. Sony knows this. Sony is so goddamn crafty. But you know what the problem is that it's not Sony stands that causes the problems for Xbox. It's Xbots that cause this problem. Because you know what the problem is, and I'm looking at this camera at you, Xbox gamers. You listen to Ryan McCaffreys. You listen to somebody that will flip-flop from being an Xbox guy to a PlayStation guy to an Xbox guy again, or you pay attention more to what a PlayStation guy that always talks shit about Xbox says about Xbox games.
Yep.
You let them get you bent out of shape to the point that you now hate Xbox too, but you think you like them.
But you think you like them.
That's a hook, line, and sinker right there.
And then,
hook, line, and sinker.
Then certain that so-called Xbox gamers out there that tells you that I'm pro Xbox this, I'm pro Xbox that, and then when they find out that they hang around a lot more PlayStation gamers than they do Xbox gamers, and the next thing you know, they change their channel to being something more like a neutral channel. And I just want to speak the truth. I'm a neutral.
No, it's not. I'm speaking the truth. I'm keeping it real.
I'm keeping it real for the Xbox gamers. What do Xbox gamers do? You fall for that shit. Yep. Do you think for 1 minute that any PlayStation or Nintendo gamer will take your shit talking bad about their console of choice as the gospel? Think about it. I'm looking dead at you, Xbox gamers, because you do it too much. You slide too much. You act like you're all about the Xbox brand. But then when you hear somebody that, like, listen, I'm just going to say, how the fuck are you going to listen to J-Dub and come out here and tell you that every day he's talking bad about Xbox, and then he says it's just comedy. But then when he sits there and says something, you going to like his shit? Because he might be right on one of the things that he predicted? Or do you think that J-Dub is going to like your content when you come out and you say something positive about High Five Rush? You know what happens when you say something about High Five Rush is the same thing that happened to me. Oh, K-Mega, my boy. Oh, damn. It's an old game. When did a game... Listen, how you going to tell me that High Five Rush is an old game that came out at the end of 2023? It's 4 months old, and then people are still talking about God of War from 2018.
It came out. Came out November 2018.
Stop it. Xbox gamers, it's on you. If you want to keep on listening to this bullshit, that's on you. But do not come to my feed or do not come to somebody else and say, Mega, this is your problem. You keep on selling for less. No, you keep on falling for the same bullshit every time. And then you want me to switch? Nah, I said I was an Xbox gamer from day one. I will stay that. I will play on PlayStation. I will play on PC. I will play mobile. I'll play Nintendo. I'll play any and everything. But my primary will always be Xbox until Xbox is gone. Just like Sega was. The point of the matter is that a PlayStation gamer or a Nintendo gamer will never leave that console. That's why Phil told you the truth. Yep. We lost the biggest generation when it came to digital data, which we started at Xbox. But yet the problem is that Xbox gamers like you told us that Japanese games were bad. And who gives a damn about Japanese games? Nobody cares about Japanese games. But then less than 3 years later, where's Persona? Where is this? Where's these Japanese games? Where's Dragon Age? Where is this? And then the same people that you coveted and that you followed and that you sit there and paid your Patreon for, that you kiss their ass, you sit there and watch them go lock, stall, and barrel over there and represent PlayStation as there wasn't none funny. But then yet you want to come and call me a fraud, or KK Mega fake, or call anybody else out there that's still Kid Smooth or anybody else. They're the problem. If anything that I'm going to do is I'm going to preach to you. Stop listening to people that you know are switching. And if you're real about being a fan, which we all are, I'm going to bring my last point because I'm going way too late. If you are a sports fan, right? I'm a Thunder, Rams, Padres, Penguins. I know I'm from Oklahoma. It's really weird that I got all these teams from all over the country, right? And OU Sooners fan to the death of me. Bury me with that shit.
Boo.
Watch your mouth.
Boo.
Watch your mouth. But the
All right,
fact
let
of
me
it
grab
is,
my
if
phone.
you
There was
are
only
in-
one team. There was only one team that I liked on your list. there,
Rams,
K-
baby,
Mega.
Rams. Really, I know that
The Rams, baby.
Rams.
They're looking good.
Bury me,
They're looking
You know what I'm
good
saying?
in
You know
training.
what I'm saying? Bury me with my Rams, Thunder, OU stuff. You know what I'm saying? And with a copy of the latest Tekken, and I'm good. My soul will be complete. If you are a sports fan, you know this. If you're a Lakers fan, if you're a 49ers fan, if you're a Giants fan, if you're whatever, you will be mad about what the Giants done or especially Dallas, like Dallas Cowboys, right? And everything that they do. But are you going to stop loving the Dallas Cowboys? No, you might start leaning to another team like Baltimore or you'll never love a team in your division, but you might like another team like the Steelers or something like that, maybe the Patriots or whatever, right? But you'll never love, like, as a Ram fan, I can never love Seattle. I can never love the 49ers. I can never love the Cardinals. It never, ever, ever in the history.
It's like I'm a Nebraska fan. I can never love OU.
Right. Exactly.
We ain't even in the same conference anymore, and I still hate you.
We ain't in the same conference no more. Right. That's what I'm saying. So the point of the matter is that if you are a true fan of something, you will ride it out. As I will say, and I don't quote people too much because I'm not an ass kisser, but I will say this because King David gave one of the best lines I've ever heard. You will hold the line. You will hold the line because, God damn it, when PlayStation is in a bad rut, what will they do? They will hold the line. When Nintendo, the Wii U was at the worst, when everybody thought Nintendo was about to give it up and turn into Sega, what did Nintendo fans do? We will hold the line.
Yep.
And what do we see now? Years later, they are holding a line of Zelda, and they're going to kill anything that comes out in its wake in the month of May. Nothing will touch what those sales will be for Zelda because they held the line. Xbox gamers, you get your shit together and you understand what you're about. It's not about it's gaming. It's fun. It's hyperbole, right? But it's not. But when it comes down to being a fan, a true fan, once you start skipping and acting cute because it seems natural or it seems like it's going to be profitable.
Curry just nailed it in the chat. Cosmos just nailed it in the chat. He said Nintendo lost the 8th gen. They got trounced. All the games that were great on the Wii U didn't succeed until it hit the Switch.
Okay,
exactly.
So Abacab. Hold on. Abacab is over here on some bullshit. He said, please don't compare gamers to sports fans. He says, sports fans are too violent. They will fight you over their team. Some have actually.
You don't think PlayStation fanboys or Nintendo fanboys or Xbox fanboys won't fight?
Abacab.
Come on now.
Let me. Okay, last point. I said this was my last point. Let me tell you what a PlayStation stand
You said
will
that
do.
5 points ago.
I know that. But let me be completely real. Let me tell you what a PlayStation stand will do for their brand, because I'm over here talking about Xbox. They will sit there and they will harass your 16, 17-year-old daughter. They will call your 22, 23-year-old son's job. They will sit there and pull up addresses of your mother where she didn't live, but where somebody else lived there where she was close by, and tell you that they're going to go kill her, or they're going to find her, or they're going to sit there and they're going to do something. Don't talk about violence. Don't talk about anything. They'll put a video talking about K-Mega's over here sleeping with his kid, or some nasty, disgusting garbage like that. And then when it comes out, when I point it out and when I call these assholes out about, like, yo, bro, you got people that's doing this because I don't deal with you anymore. Well, let's blame it on Livewire. Don't you dare come out and tell me what's violent or what's this or what's that. It's the same thing. It's just that people sit there and try to be different because it's the internet. Yes, it's ridiculous for anybody to act like that over a sport, but it's ignorant for people to act like this over video games. When I'm talking about being a fan, I'm not talking about these assholes out here that takes it so personally that they use sock accounts to say the most despicable, rotten things to you in a chat or behind closed doors or whatever, because they're too much of a coward to expose themselves for who they are. But it's the same thing, because if somebody cares about something that much, I mean, brother, I don't know if you've watched Android or Apple phone people chat or talk. It is disgusting. It is on another level. There's just people that just takes things so personally because of the brand that they love. And I'm not advocating for anybody to act like that. I'm telling people to act like, listen, if you are an Xbox fan, be an Xbox fan. Nobody's telling you not to play PlayStation. There's PlayStation people that'll tell you should never buy an Xbox. There's people that there's other people, there's PC people that tell you should never buy a console. But the point I'm trying to say is, like, look, if you're going to listen to somebody that tells you that a person that saved a brand, that they should be fired because of one game, and then forget about they've been the publisher of the year in 2021, when in the previous generation, they were never publisher of the year. The point of the matter is that they're full of shit. And even though the hate that comes to me, I can take it. I'm a man. I'll be on my motherfucking what's old dude from OSU? He said, I'm a man. I'm 40. I forget his name right now. But you know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't care.
K-Mega, don't forget the fact that you had certain extreme fanboys that wanted to send dick pics to developers because they didn't get the release date of a game.
Developers sit there. How do you want Abacab and sit there and gonna say it's not the same when they sit there and they threaten to be violent and say that they were going to do?
They've done bomb threats, man. Especially PlayStation gamers.
God damn it, Tomb Raider. Remember all the nasty things they said to her because when they thought that Xbox was going to have an X. Like, bro, it is the same thing. You cannot sit there and separate both of them. Abacab, I love you to death. I appreciate you coming to the show, but brother, this is real shit.
Or how about they call Kojima a traitor for developing a game for Xbox?
Yes.
How about that one?
Yes.
That's insane.
And people went after me because I said, Kojima, if I'm not gonna support your game because you're talking about the French, you're talking about the West, which I'm from the West, we all care about guns and things like that, and we're just a little bit too dumb to understand true stories. Well, I take offense to that. It's not I take offense to the man. I take offense to your comment. And people wanted to defend him on that. But then all of a sudden, what did he do? When he seen that his sales, what had happened to this game, he added them pew-pews in there because he knew that there's a lot of people that likes them pew-pews. So again, it is ridiculous. We got to go out of here. This is a fantastic show. I love it. Thank you so much. Next week, GRG will be here. If the messy needs to come, the messy will happen. But I will never steer my listeners wrong, and I will never lie to you. Because for me, I feel that the most important thing is, and I will never have anybody on my panel be a yes man. You know what I'm saying? That a yes man or a yes woman. I never have, and I never will. I love when Dark pushed back. I love when Viper pushed back. Ham Solo, I don't like him. Whatever the case may be. Well, we gotta go out of here. All right, man. Let me get
Oh shit, dude. Oh.
Sorry, Smith, we love you. We hope you get everything right, but we gotta get out of here, man. Ham Solo, while I sit there and I threw the shade at you, let everybody know where they can find you at, man.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, I'm just kicking back. I don't give a damn. Say what you gotta say, bro. Say what you gotta say.
I had to let it out. I've been holding it in too goddamn long. GRG is where
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you can find me. Obviously, you can find me here every Friday with K Mega whenever he decides to get his ass up and do a show. And then
got him.
Yeah.
Shoot me in the toe.
Usually, you'll be able to find me either on Twitter at HamSolo05 Gaming, or you'll find me on TSWS Gaming here on YouTube. I put my whatever channel in the chat so you guys can check it out.
No, I'm blocking.
Go hit that subscribe button. Oh, BS, you ain't blocking. But yeah, go ahead and go subscribe there. We're gaining some more traction. I just had King David and Agent Deli on today. It was a fantastic show.
Excellent.
Of course, King David came through and dropped that knowledge. Actually, I seen Curry there earlier. I appreciated that. Fark Hughes been pulling up. Yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic seeing my channel grow with some of these familiar faces that I'm seeing on other cameras chats pretty regularly. But yeah, you can check me out there if you want to check out my stuff. I do shows Tuesday through Friday. Thanks,
Let's
K-Meg.
go. Oh no, I'm that man. You know what I'm saying? Love you to death. Honestly, when I first seen you and I was like, oh, this dude is good. We gonna have to help this brother. So I'm gonna get him out here, man. And now, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna surpass me. You got more guests than I could ever imagine. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then next, I might be on the Ham Solo tee, but you know what I'm saying? I'll cut that motherfucker off. Anyway, let's go.
Oh dang. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Nobody listening to that.
Oh, God.
Let's go. Viper, man, glad to have you back, brother. You know what I'm saying? We needed your voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get you out here now. Now I do got to give you some work because you let Dark just come in here and beat your ass, and I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that. He beat them legs. You came in real hard. Now when you put the Dark Sidious, you know what I'm saying, the Dark Viperous or whatever that my brother
Dark
Sleepy
Viperous.
Goblin, yeah, Dark Viperous. You know what I'm saying? Now you was back to form.
Viperous.
Dark Viperous, right. When you came with the Dark Viperous, you know what I'm saying, when Sleepy Goblin called you came correct. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna have to train you. We're gonna put you in a hyperbolic Xbox chamber and treat you and put you in with the most sinister PlayStation stands that you could think of and get ready for some action. Because brother, you know what I'm saying, Dark kept what he killed tonight. But we still love you though. So let everybody know where we find you.
This isn't Chronicles of Riddick, man. Okay.
Anyway, so as you guys have noticed since I don't use this stuff that much, but Twitter and on YouTube. I've changed my name to Venomous Viper.
Let's go.
I'm still RG Viper X on Xbox and Steam. Yeah, it was a lot of fun today. I love going after Dark Artemis because I want to break them pony legs.
Break them.
Break them. I want to see how much meat I can eat off of there. You know.
What the hell are we talking about now?
Wow, pause. Let's go. Let's not get too far. I mean, out of cab. I mean, you might be right.
Anyway, so other than that, now I'm just I just want to thank K Mega for giving me the opportunity of being on here. I missed out on the last 2 weeks because K Mega was moving, so I was going through a little move of my own. As you can see, I'm still relaxing in this little new place right now. Still haven't got my computer up and running yet, but we gonna get this shit finished.
Excellent.
And also,
excellent.
I haven't seen Loke in a long time. Did he get swallowed up by the bush?
No, IGN just told me he had to go on a mission.
Oh,
he just had a kid.
Oh, okay. Cool. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations. How many is that? 10? You know how Africans begin going.
Oh, dang.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Lord have mercy. Shout out to Lo. Congratulations.
I love Ham's face. He's just like, whatever. Oh, dang.
Man. So, oh, my God. So, shout out to him, man. Congratulations. Did he shout that out? When did he shout that out? Because I know when you talked about it, Ham, you said that he was he had something that he needed to say, but you was going to let him say it. When did he let people know that he had a child?
He didn't. He just told me to go on ahead because he's not going to be around for the next few weeks. So.
Oh. Shout out to him, man. Congratulations. It's nothing like, children. You know what I'm saying? They are the most wonderful, beautiful thing in the world. Until they get about 2 or 3, and then you want to throw them little bastards, and then you love them again until when they get about like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then when they get about 30, when they get turned to preteens, then you like, man, I'm gonna put hands on this bastard. I'm gonna hurt this. I'm gonna hurt them. Man, boy, you say something else.
Damn it.
Boy, you say something. Boy, girl, you say something else.
I brought you in this world, and I will take you out.
Boy. And then when they get grown, you stay away. I don't want to be bothered with you no more. Anyway, they'll get it. Love of children is it's amazing, man. I love when I see my grown ass kids come through and harass me, call me old man, or and shout out to my daughter. Like, my daughter don't even be gaming like that, and she whooped my ass in Jump Force, like beat me down. She found 2 OP characters and then just kept on finding out how to beat me. Like, and then my son, instead of my son trying to like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get her. They over here fist bumping, like, yeah, take that old fat dude out. Like, yeah, it's our time. What? Oh my God, I hate it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my kids is waiting for my demise. It's Hayachi, Kazuya, and whatever.
They call you big old fat dude?
No, they don't call me big old fat dude. They might say it under their breath. You know how
they calling you Bo Right Chow.
Right, yeah, Bo Right, you fat bastard. I hate you. Get out of here. But anyway, last but not least, man, let's go ahead and get to Dark Artemis, man. Shout out to the kids. Shout out to Logan, man. Congratulations, honestly, for your 15th kid in Wakanda, Texas. We love that. Man, get our black population back up, brother. We love it. But hey, Dark Artemis, send us on out of here. Send us home, man. Because shoot, too much of this crown black is getting me acting a fool, man. Let's go.
Yeah,
man.
you're acting a fool, man. You guys can find me on Twitter. Find me on Xbox and PlayStation with the same name. And you guys can find me on Saturday streaming some Jedi Survivor at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Let me read these super chats right fast, and then we'll get the hell out of here for sure. Shout out to my bro K Mega. You said all I wanted to say for so long. Thanks, bro. Shout out to Doc Ottomus, my favorite real pony. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
and
thank
you know
you.
what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And of course,
I will never see a red cent of that.
No, not one dime, bro. Nothing that I earned. You know what I'm saying? The way Bot
If it was
treated me,
$1, possibly, but
no, hell no. You ain't, man. I get 1 cent. You ain't getting none of it. You know what I'm saying? The way Bot treated me, I'm gonna treat y'all the same way. Earn it. Anyway, Angel Lizelle, you know what I'm saying? Thank Hynosis, the main man. He said a great show, y'all. Thanks and God bless. God bless you, brother, man. Really do appreciate it. Messy household, you know what I'm saying? Mega household messy. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? My daughter is just like K Mega. My son is the smooth, calculated, even kill version of me. My daughter is all my aggression, arrogance, bullheadedness. So yeah, I'm good. She ain't gonna be messing up too much. These dudes ain't gonna be messing with her like that. That must have been a fun time.
Raising her.
Yeah, no, my baby, that's my baby girl, man. I love my baby girl, man. I taught her well. She was in hyperbolic. My son, I'm over here thinking he's gonna get them pimping skills, and he's over here, oh, girl. I said, man, what? And then my daughter was like, man, if you don't get your pimp, I'm like, yes, I love it. Anyway, love my kids.
I mean, we're hitting 4 hours, bro.
I'm out. Everybody have a good one. I don't think tonight that y'all gonna get out here and hit the club. If y'all are, good for you. But the club is about to close. Hopefully, y'all parking lot pimping. Everybody have a good one. We are out until next week, and we will not have a 4-hour podcast. All right.
Okay.
Peace. Good night. Oh.
Man.
Oh my goodness. I got me.